The Horrible Gamers podcast may contain content not suitable for all ages. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Horrible Gamers Podcast, show number 189, being recorded on February the 3rd, 2018. I'm one of your hosts, Jesus Gonzalez, also known as Jesus Walks a Lot. Today, I'm joined by my crew, plus one. With me today from the West Coast to Best Coast, Henley Merrill, Gunny Chief is here with us. Welcome back.
Hello, guys, and good evening.
Good evening, Gunny. Good evening. And from the great land of Canada, the Great White North, my friend Gibson, Gib8777. Welcome back, Gib.
What's going on, everybody? Episode 189 of Horrible Gamers.
189.
Let's do this.
If you add 11 to that, that's 200. You know that? Math.
Yeah,
Just about.
Math.
That's some good math there.
Quick math.
Who's our guest, Jesus?
From the West Coast, the best coast. This guy is known as E.T., the E.T.ster, the E... Evan, Yvonne.
What was his hip-hop name again?
What the fuck was his hip-hop name? I forgot. He'll tell us when he gets on. Evan Tanaka, A1 Thick Socks, A1 Thick Sauce 69 is here with us. Welcome back, Evan.
What up, guys?
What was your rapper name? I forgot.
I don't know. I forgot.
I thought they were saying you were
It was short-lived.
It was.
Yeah.
K-pop. That's racist.
Yeah, I thought you were into that. It's E-pop.
E-pop. Ooh. Guys, if you want to follow us on Twitter, you can at _horrible gamers. You can also head over and buy some gear at the moment. Until the 8th of this month, you can go over to teespring.com/HGPT and get yourself some gear, like a t-shirt, a hoodie, a sticker, some socks, all kinds of stuff. Go over there and buy some stuff. Go. You have until the 8th to do it, and it'll support the show, and it'll help us keep this thing going for as long as possible. And if you want to do so, you can also join the Horrible Gamers Podcast community. That is a Facebook group, a close group. Head over to facebook.com/groups/horrible gamers. And you can always email us, feedback@horriblegamers.com. And let us know what your thoughts are on the show. I want to say welcome to the new members to the community. I want to welcome John Jerome, Travis Nelson, Stephen Chrissy Willier, Bo Sisson, and this name I'm going to fuck it up. Sorry, but Sale Sem Joe O Kalakachin, whatever the fuck. Sorry.
Hey, wow. Sorry to laugh at your name, but I'm laughing at Jesus trying to pronounce it.
And Aya Ramirez, Anthony Carrillo, Donovan Williams, Alex Martinez, Josh Rowbottom, and Rob Smith. Welcome to the group, guys. All of you are awesome. Thank you for joining. That's a lot of people in 1 week. That's a lot of people.
Welcome to the house on the web.
That's right. That's right. Welcome. Thank you for joining, guys. And guys, let's get into what we've been playing this week. Let's talk about video games. I'm going to start off real quick and then hand it off to somebody. And then we're going to go in a circle, I guess, because that's what the people want. It's what the people want. They want to go in a circle. So we're going to do that. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So I'm going to start off with one game that I've been playing this week, guys. Shadow Warrior. I played a lot of Shadow Warrior this week. A lot.
Nice.
This is the Games with Gold game. I don't know when the game actually came out. I'll say a year ago, maybe. 2 years ago. I don't know. Yeah, I played it.
What is this about? Remind me. I haven't.
So I've heard good things about this game.
It's really fun. So you start off like, I skipped all the intro cutscenes. I skipped them. I skipped it till I got to the playing part. So I was like, I don't care about this story. I just press A. Skipped them all. Got to like this place where I was walking into this palace, like it was in Japan or something. I'm walking into like this palace. Everything looks very Japanese, you know, like the gardens and shit, and the architecture of the building looks Japanese. And the main character you're playing as, you know, you're in first person. You walk in there and you have to buy a sword from this guy. He's like, give me the sword. And the guy's like, would you bring the money? And you're like, yeah, here, look, I got $2 million for you right here. I want to buy this sword. You give it to me and I leave. And he's like, no, fuck you. How about I kill you and I keep the money and the sword? So then shit goes crazy. You start fighting these people with you have like a sword yourself. And the game turns very gory. Like, you don't expect it to turn gory as hell, man, but it does. You chop people's legs off. There's blood spurting out. You chop their arms off, their head. You cut them in half. It is wild.
Slash.
Yeah, it's really cool, though, man. Like, it's a lot of fun. And it's all in first-person mode or whatever perspective. And then you end up meeting this demon who, like, goes into your body, and he helps you fight or whatever and heal yourself and use these powers. It's a pretty cool game. It's just cool if you want to get in there and just hack stuff and kill things and progress the story. And the guy who you're playing as, I don't even know his name, but he says some pretty crazy one-liners. Like, he'll just be like walking through something and he'll be talking shit to the guys that he's killing, or there's a dialogue between him and the demon that's possessed you. I think it's a demon, not a ghost. It's a demon. He possessed you, so he's constantly talking to the demon in his head, like, hey, shut up, let me just do my thing, and the demon's like constantly talking shit to you. It's really well done. I'm surprised.
Sounds like what is that? Darkness 2? Is that the name of that one? Where
you have the demon inside you, right, or the devil or whatever.
That was a cool game.
Yeah, it's just like that, but except there is guns in the game, but the combat is way more fun when you're playing with the sword. I mean, the guns are okay. You can kill things with guns, but you can actually wield a pistol and use your sword at the same time. So you're shooting things and then hacking things at the same time. It's freaking cool, man. You got all these like monsters that come at you, and you're just hacking and slashing and shooting at, like, you shoot one in the head from a distance, and then you're fighting the one over here with the sword. It's really freaking awesome. The one downside to this game is that it did get enhanced for the PS4 Pro, but it did not get any enhancements for the Xbox One X, which is pretty lame.
Terrible.
That sucks.
But the game doesn't look bad. It looks really good. It looks really good, and it plays well. Plays well.
Just tragic.
You should play this, guys, because it's free. You have Xbox.
Okay, I was going to ask you. I got my controller next to me.
Is this the first or second one?
I don't know. It's called Shadow Warrior. That's what it's called.
Yeah, it's the first one.
Yeah, I've seen it on Steam. I don't remember it being on Xbox.
Yeah, so I don't know. I suggest you try it out, but that's one of the games that I've been playing this week. Let's move on to Gunny. Gunny, tell me what's the game you've been playing this week.
I've been plugging away a little more at Monster Hunter.
Oh, yeah. So
Monster Hunter Worlds.
Tell me about Monster Hunter.
How are your adventures in Monster Hunter? Because I've been playing Monster Hunter too, so.
So yeah, I just played I just killed the one after the Pookie, if I'm even saying that correctly.
Yep.
I killed the one after that. It's fun. I don't understand how I'm supposed to have like a co-op partner. Like if, for example, like a random person jump in, even if I choose online and I shoot off the SOS flare.
Someone has to join the SOS.
Yeah, so I probably just need to join a group.
What you need to do is get together with somebody, and then you'll be able to join up, and then you go to the gathering hub upstairs at the very top, and you'll be able to see each other. And then someone posts a quest, and that other person has to join the quest, and then you have to set off depart on the quest.
Okay. Yeah, or maybe
we could do it sometimes, Gunny. I've been there's been a couple of times you've been playing, and I've been trying to get a hold of you, and you don't answer me, so I don't know.
Yeah, if it was Monday or whatever, I may have been just kind of in and out that day, but
I think it was Sunday.
Yeah.
But maybe tomorrow, if you're around.
Yeah, so far I enjoy it. It's it's cool. I'm just still using that same axe.
Yeah, you're using the sword axe thing.
Yeah, I kind of want to stick with it. I like that weapon, and
that's what I've heard. If you pick a weapon, you should stick with it.
That's what I heard too. So
yeah, it's that's the only way you're going to get anywhere with the upgrade path. But I find I'm going dual blade, and I feel like I need somebody with me because I can go in there and do damage, but it doesn't seem like I'm doing enough damage to kill the guy that I need to kill now. So I feel like maybe I need to. I can't find this one one stone or something that I need to upgrade my weapon, and I think it's on the next guy that I have to kill, or the next monster that I have to kill. So I haven't been able to kill him myself yet. So we'll see. I've been going back and going on investigations and stuff. What are you doing, Gunny? Are you doing quests? Are you doing events? Are you doing investigations? What's your path?
I started to do the investigations. I think.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. I forgot one of our community members was trying to show me the benefits of doing that. Yeah. And I was like, oh, okay. I didn't know, like, if you just go and choose all the footprints and, like, there's a benefit for following that monster.
Yeah, you find the footprints for the monster that you're trying to hunt, and you have to collect so many of those footprints in order to get the trail. Once you've collected enough of the footprints, the trail will automatically take you directly to that monster.
Right. I don't think it takes that much, because then you'll be able to...
It's like 4 or 5. You've got to find like 4 or 5 prints. And even if he's standing right in front of you, like if he's like running away from you or whatever, he's going to leave prints on the ground that you can collect while you're chasing him. Yeah. So like that's another way to, like, if you find him before you found all the prints, the first time he goes to run away, just make sure you're watching on the ground and pick up the prints, because that levels up your... your research or something like that. So you want to do that. You want to try and get that all the way up every time.
Yeah. And the other thing I found out too is if you're going to be doing that, don't even bother like eating a meal, because it's going to run out after 5 minutes or 10 minutes. And, especially if you're just going in to investigate or, just kind of
for investigations. Yeah. But when you're going on your actual, like, story missions, I think it's best to eat a meal before you go.
Yeah. So that's kind of cool. You got, like, your mini canteen right at your base camp. And, yeah, it's good. What about you, Ryan?
I'm not sold on this game, guys. You guys...
you know what? You just don't... I wouldn't worry about it. I don't think it's for you. It's not really for me either. But I'm still kind of enjoying it.
Yeah.
And I want to get together with, thanks to John Smith.
Yeah. John Smith.
He posted in the Facebook. I'm just trying to find it right now so I can make sure I got his name right.
That would be Frito Bandito.
John
Frito
Smith.
Bandito.
Yeah.
That's his gamer tag,
so
yeah.
He's offered to take people monster hunting, pretty much. He was like, I'll take you on a guiding tour of hunts and stuff like that. And I haven't had a chance to get together with him yet, but I do want to. So Frito, if you're, you probably won't hear this before, but if I see you online tomorrow or something, I'll see if I can hook up with you and we could play some Monster Hunter together. And maybe if Gunny's around, we can all jump in and go kill some monsters together.
He's usually on Sunday afternoons. So
is he? Okay.
Yeah. And he's been playing Monster Hunter for quite some time, actually, going back to probably the early PlayStation era. And he plays it on, I think, the DS. So always has played these games. So yeah, Jesus, it's not really like, I wouldn't call it an action game. There's no quick time events. So I couldn't tell you like the best way to kill a monster. I don't even know myself.
I mean, really, like for me so far, all I do is I go in there and I slash, dodge, dodge. You got to get the timing of the monster down. You got to know when he's going to attack and watch for those tells. And you know what I mean? And dodge when you see that tell, you dodge out of the way and then get back in there and chop, and then dodge out and dodge back in.
The coolest thing of this game that I've seen so far is the cooking cats.
Yeah, that is quite...
That is the coolest thing. That is the only thing that appeals to me.
Jesus, you get to make your own cat.
You make your own cat?
You make your own cat. You pick his markings. You pick what color he is. You pick all kinds of stuff. So you create your own cat. And he follows you around. And you can also collect other little... I don't know if you, Gunny, have noticed this, but if you're running around in the world... and all of a sudden you see like a little tiny animal just standing there, go up and talk to him because he'll join you and he becomes part of part of your little group, and they'll pick away at the monster. They don't do a lot of damage, but they'll pick away at him, or they'll get his attention, and then he'll be facing them and focusing on them, and you can get in behind and chop at his tail or whatever.
I did get the other. I want to say it's the other cat, and the cat is wearing like a rabbit costume or something, or a rabbit hat. It's weird. So yeah, he just kind of joined. He's like, yeah, I'll join you. Sure, why not?
Yeah, I think I got that.
So Frito was telling me that's for a limited time. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think they stick around forever. Yeah. They just come around and they'll do. But it's good to have them, because those two will distract the monster while you're trying to attack it, right?
Yeah.
And
know
then
what I
when
think
he
the
turns
coolest
around
thing?
and faces you, you kind of run away, and then he'll go back to being attracted to these other two guys that are, picking away at him.
Yeah, I think the coolest thing about this game is when you're like, let's say you're in a swampy area, like that waist deep, muddy area where you're fighting a monster, is your two little companions, or just your main companion, he'll be in like a raft because he's super short. So he'll have like a little inner
don't
tube,
like to swim,
and he's just
so
whacking away at the monster, and it's just the cutest thing.
Yeah. You see the little fucking cat like rafting along beside you. He's like, I don't want to get in the water, man. Fuck that shit.
Yeah.
That's
And that
amazing.
monster is just like, and some of those monsters just shit a lot. I mean, they're just like crapping out stuff, and your little guy's like trying to get out of the way of it, and it's cool.
All
And
right.
it's like, Jesus, I mean, like, the thing with this game is there's a lot to it, and it takes a lot of, you're gonna have to put a lot of time to get anywhere in this game.
I don't want to put a lot of time into this game.
I don't
and
think
that's
it's a
what-
difficult game, though. I think you got to have a lot of patience. So maybe it may not be for you, right? Because sometimes you're fighting an enemy for longer than 15 minutes.
You ain't got no patience, Jesus.
I guess. I mean, I guess.
No patience, man.
You need a
It's
little
not like PubG, bro. You just can't get in there and kill everybody
Yeah,
and be number one.
yeah. Some more patience. Yeah.
What's going on here? Rocky,
about you,
tell me
Ryan?
what you've been playing.
Guys, I've been playing some smaller games that kind of snuck past me recently. So here's the first one. I played a game called World to the West.
West side, best side, west coast, best coast.
Yes, sir.
What side?
So World to the
Arcade
West
here.
is it's like a top-down sort of game where you're all these different characters. There's like 4 or 5 different characters, but like there'll be a checkpoint, for instance, and all your characters are there, and then you'll move one character, you become one character, and you go along a path and you find your way somewhere, and then all of a sudden you'll be like, oh shit, I need that other character to get through this other obstacle that I can't get to. So now you have to figure out a way to get that other character over to where they are, and it won't be the same path because he doesn't have the same stuff to get there, right? So he's got to find some other way to get around and go into them. And then they meet up and you solve a puzzle and then you move on. It's interesting. I haven't played a lot of it yet. So, I mean,
So you haven't made it to the West?
I have not made it to the West yet. No, I'm actually heading north right now.
Why are you
in the
heading
game.
north if it's called Game World
Because
to
that's
the
where it's
West?
telling me to go. It's saying go north. It's
The Great
You're
White
going-
North
You're
is
going
home,
the
right?
wrong way, Canadian. You're not going
that's
home.
towards the
You gotta
Rockies.
go west.
that I gotta go north. I don't know. Maybe you have to go northwest. Yeah, who knows? Right?
This game is marketed wrong.
Yeah, it should be called a World to the North and then to the West.
What platform are you playing on, and where is it available?
I believe this game is available on everything. It's on PS3 or PS4, Switch, Xbox, and Steam. So,
Okay.
Is it an expensive game? I mean, how much did it cost you?
no, it was only $20. It was a decent price, and it seems like really well made and really well thought out. So I'm looking forward to playing some more of it.
So, speaking of like puzzling and platforming, is it like the cave? Where you know how in the cave you have the different characters and only certain characters can get through a certain section of the whatever you're going through?
Actually, yeah. I mean, I forgot about that game. It is kind of like that, yeah. Because for instance, one character that I was playing, he's got like this whip, right? So he can whip across and hook onto these like little sticks that stick out of the ground, and it'll pull him across a section that no one else can get across. So then he can get up there and maybe hit a switch that opens a door on the other side where this other guy can go, and he's really tiny. He's small, so he can fit through these little tiny holes. So he finds a little tiny hole, and then all of a sudden he's over where that other character is too. And then you guys can go together and try and solve this other puzzle.
Okay.
And there's a bunch of different characters. There was one that does like these little warps, and they like shoot forward. I'm trying to remember the one that has the little whippy thing, and he can get across like caverns and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then the tiny guy, he can fit into the little crawly holes. He's like a little kid. But yeah, I mean, the game seems pretty interesting, and I know someone in our community posted asking if we were going to play this game, and that was actually what made me look at it, because I had never heard of it, and that actually made me look into the game, and I was like, oh, this actually looks kind of cool. I want to check this out. So when I ended up picking up some Microsoft card, I picked that up, and a couple other games, which we'll talk about later. Evan, what's the first game you've been playing?
Wolfenstein 2. Finished it.
Oh, look at that. Wolfenstein.
Yes.
So, Evan.
Awesome
In
game.
baby mode?
No, not baby mode.
Evan,
you play through normal?
No, not normal. I couldn't do normal, dude. I heard you guys talking about it, right? And then Gunny's whole spiel about not going down to baby mode, and I was like, okay. And so I tried normal mode, and man, I was just getting my butt kicked, and I was like, oh gosh, this is just bad. And I was like, all right, I'll bump it up later. But I never did. I did the one below normal, and
so
that
was you did easy.
And you know what? I had a lot of fun playing that game. That was
Actually,
really fun.
I think I played it on easy too. I didn't go down to baby. I just went to easy.
Yeah, it was. It still had its. Towards the end, once I started getting, it was probably a combination of both getting used to the controls and the combat, and then getting more weapons. I felt like it was getting a little too easy, but I was like, you know what? This has been the first game in a while that I'm gonna replay in a little bit. I'm gonna do another playthrough of it, and try. Maybe I'll try and get it on normal. But yeah, I had tons of fun playing this game. I had to call out sick from work on Wednesday, I think, and that's when I was like, okay, I just finished it out. I was only a couple hours out, but I knocked it out on Wednesday, and man, really good.
Awesome. Yeah, man, that game is so much fun. I know that on the New Game Plus, I think you keep all your perks.
Yeah. So I definitely, because I didn't notice any of those perks that you start getting until like a little bit into the game, and I was like, oh, okay. So then I started switching up my combat style a little bit, and I started trying to be a little bit more sneaky.
Yeah, that's what I did.
And then you start getting like, I noticed like, once I got like a few of those upgrades, like I'd be able to walk up to guys and just get them real quick, and then, or I noticed like people wouldn't see me, like I wouldn't notice there was a guy there, but he didn't even hear me doing some stuff over here, and I was like, oh shit, like I gotta be quiet.
Yeah, that game is good, man. That game is so much fun. It's just a fun game, and the crazy thing about the game is once you get the mechanics down, it's just killing things, right? Because there's really you don't really ever want to take cover. You want to just keep shooting things.
Yeah, and I think hands down, dual wielding shotguns. There's no gun better than that.
Yeah.
I just think that is, and it fits so perfectly into this game. Like, just you feel invincible.
I use those a lot.
Yeah, I was. I think
they were handy.
Yeah, it was. I don't think I ever ran out of ammo, but I remember getting close, and I was like, "What am I going to use? I don't know what to do with myself." And so I had to, whatever. But yeah, just some of the ending, like there's so many things about this game that just made it really good. And I just remember, like, it was kind of early on in the game, like once you get onto that big ship.
Yeah.
And it was the first time you start to explore that big ship that they have. And I was kind of like, I think it was right after a cutscene, and I had my controller down or something, and like when I was going to grab it, like I started hearing like a conversation to the right of me, and it was like that guy Max Haas.
Yeah.
That it was him and that like professor dude, and they were playing chess, and I was like, what the heck? And I went over and I just watched them for like 2 or 3 minutes just playing chess, and then the Max guy, he like beats the professor, and then the professor just throws the board. He's like, what the hell? He storms off, and I was like, what the heck? That's crazy. They had a whole chess game going right there. Just the detail on that was
the
crazy.
detail, the detail on that ship is pretty nuts. There's sometimes where you just walk around that ship and you'll find some crazy conversations. Like, one of the funniest ones that I saw was it was I don't know which guy you picked. I don't know if you picked Wyatt or the other guy, but I had the Irish guy with the metal arm. That's who I picked.
I had him too.
There was a part where I was just walking.
Who picks Fergus, man? I picked Wyatt.
I was walking to the ship, and these guys are trying to load, like, they're loading this, like, fucking nuke into, like, this little, like, thing.
Yeah.
And they're like, we need help. And then fucking Max House just walks over there. He's like nothing, just puts it in there. And they're just talking shit to each other.
That was too.
Oh, man, this is crazy.
Yeah. Man, just some of those, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I don't want to spoil anything, because at first I was really excited, but this game definitely, like, I don't want to do any of the spoilers.
It deserves a playthrough from everybody. It really does, because you got to really experience it to really experience the moments in this game, because there's just so many of them.
Yeah, it's well worth playing through. It's definitely worth the playthrough. Yeah. So much fun. So much stupid shit happens. And creepy, weird. That old lady, oh fuck, man.
Yeah.
She is just a creepy fucking old lady.
Yeah. Yeah, I was starting to feel really bad for that that like bigger lady, the bigger Nazi
lady.
The daughter,
I was like, oh man, they're being so mean to her.
I loved it when she finally stepped up to everybody and she slapped that chick in the face, like in the cutscene. Because like the cutscene is going right. The cutscene's like, all right, we're gonna do this, and she walks in there and she's like, boom, just slaps the chick and you're like, fuck you, don't talk shit to me. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck just happened?
When you open the door to the bathroom and the fucking black guy's sang at her.
Yeah. No, that was on the helicopter or something.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, where you gotta go. Yeah,
you open the door, they're just fucking going at it.
Yeah. Yeah, dude.
There's so many good moments in that game.
And then after that, you can even like walk around the bar where everybody hangs out at, and then like the black guy will be sitting there eating food, right, or drinking beer or something, and you go up there and you can sit down and talk to him, and she kind of walks over and she tries to sit next to him, and he's like, oh fuck, he's like, I gotta go. He just gets up and like he's like all awkward, like. I love that game, dude. It's so much fun.
Absolutely nothing but good things to say about this game. It was really good.
Yeah.
Gunny, you need to get it again and play it.
You got to really
do it on baby mode.
So I know one of the guys has it on Steam Share, so it's there. I can install it. I can play it.
Just do it. You won't regret it. It's really good.
Just put it on easy mode.
Just put baby mode or easy mode, whatever. Get through it once.
Just experience the story. Yeah. You just want to experience
that was the thing that really, I think, hooked me the most. I think I was like, oh my god, this story is so cool.
And then there's that twist in like the middle of the game. I couldn't believe that was like in the middle.
Yeah, they pulled that off. How do they do that?
Dude,
I was like, the game, like when that happened, I was like, what? The game must be over then. Like, what's going to happen, right? And you're like, what the fuck? Like, no way. Like, and then all of a sudden, everything starts to make sense. You're like, oh, that's why that jar was in the scientist's office. That's why this was here. You start like putting the pieces together. You start remembering the things you saw on the ship. Yeah. And you're like, oh, that's why that was there, because this was happening. This is what they were working towards. It's pretty interesting how they pulled that off.
Oh, yeah. One more thing on Wolfenstein is I got this pretty cool achievement, It was it's when I thought it was really clever how they send you to play an actor of yourself, like
Yeah.
on Venus or Mars or whatever.
Yeah.
And they have Hitler there, and then he's like on the floor or something, and
like throwing
you're
up,
supposed to
right?
you're supposed to demonstrate your combat skills. And so, anyways, it's your turn to go up, and then I was looking at Hitler, and then it's like, oh, click the right stick, and you just kick him, and then all hell breaks loose, and you end up dying, but you get an achievement for it. And it was just like, ding, kick it, and I was like, oh,
Yeah.
yes, that one of my best achievements.
I love that whole scene out. Like, all right, act this out, and then you just fucking go crazy on the guy and just kill him, and there
Yeah.
Hitler's like losing his shit. He's like, I fucking love him. I fucking love him. You're perfect.
Yeah.
So good, man. Oh,
You're the
God.
perfect person to play yourself.
Yeah, you're the perfect one. You're the perfect Terror Billy or whatever, because they call him Terror Billy.
Yeah. Too funny. Yeah.
I fucking laughed at that game so much, so many times. Oh, so good.
Oh yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, play it, guys. Play it. Another game that I've been playing this week, guys. Last night, me and Evan played 5.5 hours of PubG straight.
Whoa,
God.
5.5 hours.
I was going to join you guys after I got off
When you-
with the other guys too, but
5 hours of PubG.
When do you have time to play other games, man? You're always playing this game.
Well, I mean, last night I wasn't going to play PUBG, but the night before I had to play a little bit, so I was like, I really want to play a PUBG, man. Like, I really wanted to play it. So I got in there, and Evan messaged me, and he was like, hey, if you have room, invite me. So I invited him, and then we were in there together. And how many times did we win, Evan? How many times did we win a chicken dinner? Just tell these guys.
0.
What?
Nada.
So
In 5.5 hours?
Yep. Still nothing. So angry.
You know what?
So
Because you had
great.
Evan with you. That's why.
So much.
5 hours of no chicken dinners.
It was horrible. It was like, and it's not like we were playing bad. We would always make it to like at least top 25 or top 20. A lot of times was top 10.
Yeah.
We made it to third. I think the closest we got was third place because we were playing duos, right? So you got every team
Yeah.
is 2 people. So we made it to third place once.
Yeah.
But it was so frustrating, dude. Every time someone would just snipe us from across the map, like a headshot, dude. Like everybody figured out. I think everybody has figured out how to use the Car 98 on the Xbox version, and everybody
Yeah.
rolls with that gun, and they
Especially
put
with
like
a
a
scope.
fucking scope on it, and they just snipe you from a
God,
mile
yeah.
away, dude. And that gun does so much damage. Like one headshot kills you. It drops
Yeah,
you.
unless you have a level 3 helmet or...
Yeah, a level 3
Or
helmet
level
will
2 with
stop
full
it.
health.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
But
going to get wrecked
it's
hard.
bad. Yeah, we of course played some PUBG, and then that was insane, dude. We had some good matches though. We ran over some people. There was a really cool moment. So okay, me and Evan are on these houses, right? Like we're in these houses in the middle of a field. We're in the circle. We're in the circle, and we're just chilling there. And we were looting these houses, and we hear gunshots across the field from us. We heard gunshots, so we're like, okay, we're not gonna go to those houses. We're gonna wait for those guys to come to us. And next thing you know, we hear, "Mrrr." We hear like a buggy, right? And then I told Evan, like, Evan, shit, they're coming around behind us. So I leaned out from like around this corner of a building. I leaned out. I unloaded my fucking AK into that car, dude. It just blew up the entire buggy. Just like, boom! Like they just fucking got destroyed. Me and Evan were like, what? It was
Well, they
fucking
nerfed
cool,
that, didn't they, in
man.
one of the last updates?
It was so cool. I think the last update, yeah, they nerfed the cars, but it was just fucking awesome to blow up a buggy and watch these 2 guys just fly out of the buggy like dead. They're just
I didn't
dead.
even. It was all Jesus too. Like I didn't shoot any of my bullets. I don't think Jesus put like half a clip into that car, and
you
it just
It doesn't take much now. Before, it used to take like 2 or 3 clips. Well,
Yeah.
it was like 2 full clips.
I'm
I
assuming
think.
though that car had to have been damaged or something by the time they
they
were
must have
driving
been
it.
bad drivers
Or
'cause-
something, because
No,
I
they nerfed
straight
it.
blew them up, dude. Like I was just like do with my AK, and like boom, the car fucking went flying, dude. It was crazy as shit. And then then we hung out around there for a bit, and then I think we ended up dying in that area because we were just camping that one area because the circle kept closing in on us.
Yeah, the circle closed in on us. We were good, and then I remember we were right on the edge, and then there was a couple groups that were like coming in, and then I think when we moved, they got us because they were right on the edge. And
so, but that's PUBG stories with Jesus in heaven. PUBG.
Yeah.
I played a little bit of PubG as well with Eric and the Taco Avenger, and I think one of his buddies. I can't remember what his name was, Drizzy something. I can't remember. But yeah, we didn't get any chicken dinners either. We got second for one of the times that we went out, but it's PUBG. We were still plugging along through it.
It runs so much. It runs so much better now, right? Like it's just.
It does, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like I was
maybe
really
on
impressed.
your X.
I mean, it gets smoother every time I play.
That is a true. That's a true thing right there that Evan just said on the X. On his Xbox One, we were dropping. Yeah, we were dropping, right? And I told Evan, like, dude, let's drop on that big Poliana town, that big city. And I was like, oh, you headed for those 3 apartment buildings right in front of us? He was like, what apartments? They hadn't loaded in for him yet, dude.
Yeah.
It literally takes him like 20 seconds longer to 30 seconds longer for his shit to load in than it does for me.
Yeah.
And I can drop on and I get the buildings loaded up. Once I go in, it's just an open floor, and I'm like, and then I start running into stuff that's not even loaded in there, and I'm like, what the
Fall
hell?
through the floor and shit.
Yeah, well, I kept falling off the roof too, and
Yeah.
but then back with the like Jesus gets kicked out of the match once, and he loads back in like what, a minute?
Probably less,
than that, right?
Yeah. For me, it took like 2 minutes,
It
pushing
did.
2 minutes to load all the way back
By
in.
the time he loaded in, we got blown up and killed. And he was like, oh, I'm joining. I was like, dude, we just died. He's like, what? I was like, yeah, we were dead.
Yeah, we were coming down. We were like one of the last 10 teams, I think.
We were in a
And
car.
the circle, and then the graphics just there must have just been too much driving. I just got booted, and then it must have been like 2 minutes. And
Yeah,
then
it was bad. I try to
I'm like,
keep
all
this
right.
alive, man. I try to.
Yeah, I played with me and Jesus. We played this week only for like an hour.
Yeah.
So.
And we kept losing. And then I told Gunny, I need a win tonight. And literally, right after that
I
match,
had to go to
dude,
bed.
I went into a solo first-person mode or whatever, a solo match, and I got a chicken dinner. That felt so good. I was like, all right, that's it. I'm done for tonight.
Yeah.
Turned off my Xbox.
Dinner. I saw the clip. You put it up on the
I put it
Facebook
up on the
group.
group. Yeah, I shared the clip because I was just so happy that I finally got I've got a solo win, and it was in first-person mode. That was fucking cool. Yeah.
Are you liking first person better?
I do. That's all I play, dude. I know
That's all you play?
there's people that I play with that they hate playing with me because that's all I want to play, and they'll play they only play third person because they hate first person, and I'm just like, why do you like third person? First person is so much more tactical, so much more better in my opinion. Instead of the third person, when you can just pan the camera around and peek around corners without even sticking your head out, that makes no sense. But that must be why they like it. They like cheating or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I started getting used to all the first person matches last night. The only thing I didn't do any of the driving, but I can only imagine
it's hard. It's way harder, yeah, because the camera sometimes will tilt up and be looking up at the roof, or in the buggy, the bar's in your way on the screen. You can't really see where you're going. Yeah.
I trusted Jesus with the wheel last night, so.
Jesus, take the wheel.
Jesus, take the wheel.
That's right.
What about you, Henley? What else have you been playing, man?
I saw Fallout 4 was on sale.
Ooh.
And when
I don't understand why you bought this.
Oh, well, when I first sold my regular Xbox One, I think I left the disc in there. That was one of the only 2 discs, physical discs that I owned. So, yeah, I was I went to fire that up a few weeks ago, and I was like, where the hell's my disc? Couldn't find it. Because when I went on the game's actually stored on there and said, do you own this disc or this game? So, yeah, I saw it was on sale, and I had $13 already in my Microsoft account, so it ended up being $7. So $20 on sale. And yeah, fired it up 4K. I don't know if it has like the HDR compatible, but it probably is if they did the same thing for that Skyrim Special Edition. And it looks pretty. It's a pretty game.
It is.
Those for like Bethesda games like that, it's not gonna get much cheaper than $20, I don't think, huh?
No, that's probably like the lowest it'll be, I think.
Yeah, so I guess it really doesn't matter when you buy it or if you buy it like a couple years from now, because
those games never really change. They're always the same, right? Yeah.
Did that come with all the DLC as well, Gunny? Was that the Game of the Year edition, or is that just regular?
That was regular vanilla game, and I already had the DLC, so
you
I enjoyed that when it first came out. I immediately bought the season pass, and I think the season pass was at a discount.
Nuka World.
Yeah. So I bought that like when it was cheap, actually.
You know what's weird?
I might actually pop in there and play some of that then, because I never really got into that game.
Neither did I. That's one of the games I think I bought the like Ultimate Edition or whatever of it, and I never really got into it. Yeah. Like I kind of did like the first few missions. I did my first settlement or whatever. Then I kind of just fell off.
Yeah.
Because the dude with the cowboy hat kept telling me that I needed to go help him. I was like, I don't want to fucking help you, man. I'm trying to explore. And he was like, oh, come help me. We're under attack.
Yeah. So, okay. There's some of the DLC is a lot of these crafting things where it's got items, like we added items to it. Like, so, but that's totally optional. You don't have to do any of that.
I don't have
stuff.
to do any of the building at all, Gunny? Is that what you're telling me?
I think you do have to put up some defenses.
Do a little bit. Yeah,
a little bit.
So lame, dude.
There's a thing that you have to go through that's a tutorial where it's like, here's how to do this stuff, right?
I don't want to build. I don't want to build anything.
But you don't have to, man.
You don't have to put up walls and all this crazy shit.
You just have to go through that little tutorial that shows you how to do it, and then you probably never have to do it again.
I think because if you don't put up a few automated turrets and like a water purifier, then, well, I think that might even be optional. But if you don't put up some of the defenses, I think when you come back to like your sanctuary, that place where you originate from, some of your settlers will be missing. They'll be dead.
Good. I don't care about them. This is a game about me. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Fuck those guys. I just don't want to build, man. I don't want to build. I don't like
What
building.
do you do in City Skylines? You don't build in City Skylines?
Okay, I don't have to go and fucking find 3 bottle caps or whatever the fuck to build a stupid ass wall. Like, I don't have to do that. I just zone shit out and it happens.
Yeah.
All right? It's just different. It's funner. In City Skylines, the point of the game is to build, and Fallout is not the point of the game, but yet they make you do it. That's such crap.
Well, okay, so now you have, what they have now is, and if you're not worried about any of that stuff, now that they have actual mods, and there's that thing called the Creation Club, which is paid for mods.
Yeah.
See, these are totally separate things. Well, some are paid mods, some are just the regular vanilla mods. And so I want to say I fired that up and I looked at the Creation Club, and it comes with some free items. Mm-hmm. And there was other things that were like, I'm not paying $5 for this stupid ass mod.
Wait. They charge you for mods? I thought they were all free.
So there is. There's 2 sections, okay? There's regular vanilla mods that
are free.
That have been out for the last, like, what, over a year now?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And then there's Bethesda's...
special mods?
Yeah, the Creation Club or something that's part of that.
Well, they're made by the community, aren't they?
They are made by the community.
Why the fuck are they charging $5?
These are just people that want to actually have, like, hey, I want to charge a few dollars.
Oh, so the people vote, they submit their mods to be paid.
Correct.
Okay, it's not Bethesda coming in and just making people
Well,
pay
you're
for
kind of paying Bethesda. Bethesda's paying them. They're kind of like the front for these developers.
That's so weird. They don't have that in Skyrim. In the Skyrim Enhanced Edition or whatever, all the mods are free from what I've seen.
No, I think for Skyrim, the Creation Club is only on PC.
That's good, yeah, because the free mods are better, man. Free mods.
I don't know how. I'm sure because I saw it set up. It's on the Xbox One. I saw it set up that way where you can pay for them. I don't know how. I just assume you.
I'm assuming you probably pay through the Microsoft account, like you pay through any DLC or anything. What are you gonna say?
But I'm not into that game that much that I want to go in and pay real money.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, some of the the free mods are usually like they are usually pretty good. Like I haven't really dabbled with too much modding because my rule of thumb is like I want to play through like the vanilla game first, like Fallout or Skyrim, and then once I finish it, like if I do go back to replay it, then I'll mod it up, and like then I'll justify like, because like when I played Skyrim, because I've sank a lot of hours into Skyrim, so I'm not gonna do all like the nitty gritty stuff that I did on my first playthrough. Like I'm not gonna go whatever. Like I'll use console commands, or I'll just put stuff in my inventory or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna grind on my second.
For Skyrim, like I don't have any achievements. If you go on my list, I don't have no achievements for the Xbox One version. I might have some for the 360, but I know for a fact I've played a lot of hours on the 360 of that game. Probably hundreds of hours. And and when I got the newer version on the Xbox One, it was the same game, but the new enhanced edition or whatever. I just modded it, and that's all I do. One time I even modded it so much that it just crashed the game. It just didn't work. It didn't. It was like, you have too many mods or something. Your shit is not going to work. And it even told me when I launched it, it was like, yeah, you may want to remove some of these mods because they're fucking with each other. I was like, okay, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah. Yeah. Mods. Paid mods.
I don't know. I didn't really look at the whole paid mods thing. A lot of it I saw was very cosmetic, where it's like, oh, you can get a Batman suit.
Oh, okay.
Stuff that,
I don't want that.
Yeah. The Dark Knight Rises armor.
But is there
more power to them? If they want to put it up there for paid, it's fine with me.
But on that same thing, do they have similar mods that are not paid? Like, say maybe there's a Batman mod that's free or whatever. But it just looks a little bit crappier.
They do. They do have stuff.
Okay, so that's good. Yeah. Okay, that works.
And so I was like, oh, I already have this one. It's free on the actual mod place. So I'm gonna get that one versus something.
I actually, when I bought that game, I have the season pass, right? But I still need to buy 2 DLCs because they did that thing in the middle of their season pass where they were like, well, instead of releasing 3 DLCs, we're releasing 5, but we're gonna charge you extra money for the 5. So if you paid for the season pass before that, you're only going to get the first 3 DLCs, and you got to pay for the extra ones separate. So I got kind of screwed out of the last 2 DLCs that came out, but I don't think they're that important. I don't know. Maybe they are. I don't know if they are.
Did you get Nuka World?
I think I have Nuka World, the Far Harbor, and the other
Far Harbor is what. That's the other. So yeah, Nuka World came after Far Harbor. Okay.
Yeah, I have.
Because I think if you bought it. If you bought the game at launch, I think the season pass was $20.
It was $29.99, wasn't it?
Yeah, no, I want to say it was $19.99, and then they raised it another $10. I think, like 30 days after launch. It was a weird thing.
Yeah, they did that. Like they changed their minds all of a sudden. Like, oh no, maybe we should put more DLC out for this and charge more.
Well, I thought it was a trick too. I thought they're not going to raise it.
Well, they did.
They just want you to buy the season pass. Nope, you were right. They fucking raised it. I was like,
I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember that. My brother told me that they were going to raise the price of it, and I think I was able to get it before they raised the price or something.
Well, no, but I had bought the season pass, but when they raised the price, they never gave me that extra DLC. They were just like, no, you got to pay for this because you only paid the $20 for this DLC.
You're not an early adopter.
No, I was adopter day one. The thing is, they never upgraded my season pass. They just left it how it was originally supposed to be. Yeah, it was weird how the fuck they did that. Yeah, you had to pay like an extra amount of money to get the second part, or the extra $10 or some weird crap, but I never did that. I just like, fuck it, I'm not going to pay that. And they're like, well, okay, we're only going to give you 3
I don't
DLCs.
have it either, but I remember I played Far Harbor. I never finished it, though.
Yeah, I have Automatron, Far Harbor, and the other one, Nuka-Cola World.
Yeah, so a lot of that Automatron and the other one are just like some like creational stuff with
fucking lame.
Yeah, building and making items and for settlements.
I'm never going to play Fallout 4 now.
Yeah.
Moving on, Ryan, tell me what else have you been playing, man? Lots of games to go here. We're going to do a whole podcast on just what the fuck we've been playing.
The next game that I've been playing is Flying Tigers, Shadows over China. This caught my eye in the store, and I was like, oh, I wonder what this is. And I took a look at it, and I was like, oh, sweet. This looks like a really nice-looking Crimson Skies.
Yes.
So I was like, you know what? I'm going to check this game out. And I've been having a blast with it. I haven't played a good arcadey flight game in a long time. And this one is well done. And it's only $20. It's not a lot of money. So, and it's well done. The flying feels right. You know, the shooting feels right. You can't just take a plane down. You have to get your aim just right, and you're like following a guy around, and he's kind of, you know, going all over the place, and you're trying to get your, you know, you always have to follow an aircraft if it's going in a specific direction, right? Like if it's going from left to right, you're probably going to want to be like way in front of it.
Yeah.
It'll give you a little indicator that like pops out, you know, in front of them, and it's like that's where you need to be shooting to hit them. But it's really good, guys. I streamed a little bit of it, but I don't know if anyone watched it. But definitely check this game out if you're looking for an arcadey flight game.
I'm gonna buy this.
Flying Tigers, Shadows over China. And Jesus, if you buy it, then me, you, Henley, and Taggin, we can all play some multiplayer.
Good.
And me and Taggin played multiplayer, just me and him. So we were like doing dogfights against each other. And it was a blast, man. We were having so much fun.
Ooh, man. I loved Crimson Skies. That was one of my favorite original Xbox games, too. I fucking played that game so much. If
you like those games, if you like those games, this is definitely... Pick it up.
I'm going to buy it tonight. I'm buying it tonight. I'm going to go to the store, get myself a Microsoft card, and I'm going to buy it tonight.
You said that earlier.
Well,
and you were like, I don't want to go to the
lazy.
store.
I was too lazy earlier, but now I'm hyped.
Oh, you're hyped.
I was looking at kitty cats today, so I didn't have a chance to play it.
Yeah.
How about you, Evan? What else have you been playing, man?
So this game, I've talked about it before, but it was in early development. It's Subnautica.
Oh.
It's that underworld undersea.
Minecraft.
You played this on
Kind of,
Xbox
yeah.
or on PC?
No, on PC. I know it is on Xbox as well.
I think it's a Play Anywhere title. I played it on both.
Yeah,
Is it?
But
I didn't buy
Xbox isn't full release yet.
Okay.
The PC version is full release. It's 1.0 now.
I think
Okay,
it was the 23rd of January or something it came out. So I just started a new, fresh start on it. So, and man, I was sucked in yesterday before I played PubG for a little bit. But yeah, it's really good.
You're a co-op in that game?
No, it's all solo right now.
All solo, right? I was going to say, because I have it on...
I swear I've seen my son play this with a friend of his. And it was the whole reason I bought it, so he could play with his friends.
Okay, so not that I know of. I mean, I'm just playing on PC, but I don't think I haven't seen any options on the PC at least, so...
We'll look into it, Evan, because I have it. I'm just double checking my library. I'm pretty sure I have it.
Yeah, I think I saw that you do have it. I think...
So when we say full release, are we talking Windows 10? Is it also on Steam? I think I've seen it on Steam.
It's on Steam. I have it on Steam. It may be Play Anywhere, but I bought it through Steam, like way back when it was just game preview. I'm not sure how much it is now.
Yeah, I bought it like a year ago.
Yeah, and...
Evan, I'm installing it now.
Okay. Yeah, dude, this game, it's really good. Like, they've added a bunch of, like, extra stuff since when I stopped playing it. I'm noticing from the start, their whole inventory system's a little bit different, and they've added more stuff you can, like, craft and stuff, and different
Did they make
tools.
it easier to, like, find resources and craft?
Easier finding resources, I don't know, but crafting, yeah, I don't remember if when I was playing it for the first time, if they gave the blueprints that they're giving now. So it'll kind of, it'll tell you now, it'll give you a blueprint like, oh, you need this and this in order to make this. It did that in a way, like, because you have that, so what it is, you crash land on this alien planet, and you're just in your life pod, and inside there's it's called like a fabricator or something. So you gather all your materials, and then you can craft stuff through there. And yeah, I've been noticing like you can check. That was kind of the only way you could check what you needed, and now you can be out in the sea, like in underwater caves and whatnot, and you can pull up your PDA and you can check like, oh, what did I need to make this, and you can check what you need now, and so
Yeah. Because I remember
it feels really good now. Like I'm pretty impressed like with this. I've been seeing like little things because I had it email me with like updates and whatever, but I've just kind of kept my eye on it. But yeah, I'm noticing a lot of like improvements since when I played it a while ago.
Yeah, I mean, I played this like it was in a humble bundle, I think.
Yeah, it might have been
when I got it, and it was still really early, but the game looked freaking gorgeous. Like it's a beautiful looking
It does look
game.
amazing on PC. When I fired it up on PC, I think I was like, whoa, but that was prior to
when
my
you come
4K
out of
TV.
that ship out of your little pod for the first time, and you look around, you're like in the middle of the ocean. It's just like, holy Christ, that water looks amazing. You know, like just a beautiful, beautiful game.
And one of my favorite things is when it's at night and everything's all lit up. Everything's lit up pretty much at night. Like all the fish and stuff, all these creatures, they're all neon
they all,
lights
like,
and
glow.
stuff. And it's like it's almost like you're at a rave. Like there's so many lights and stuff, and like it doesn't feel as dark as it is because there's it's dark and you can tell when it's night, obviously, but all the lights and stuff, it's pretty crazy. And I'm having like I feel like I'm experiencing it for the first time again, and like it's really fun. I'm impressed with their their first release or whatever, their official release, and yeah, that game's fun. And I think it really made me like contrary to you, Jesus, I love crafting stuff like that shit gets me going.
I don't mind crafting stuff. I just don't want to fucking build stupid buildings that I never go to.
Yeah, like just the act of like going out and like finding all these resources and then filling up my inventory and then swimming on back to my life pod and then making all this cool stuff and all these tools and whatever. I don't know. It keeps me going. It doesn't get boring at all. Mm-hmm. And like the more stuff you get, it's like the further you can go out and the deeper you can go. And it's just, it's pretty good. Like I really like this game, and I think it was only like $30 when I got it, so it's not like a full $60.
Yeah, I think that's what I paid.
And it is only a single player game. There's no co-op. Yeah.
Okay.
Single
I didn't think
only.
so, but I know.
It does have controller support. I didn't know that. I played with mouse and keyboard when I played.
Yeah, I'm playing with my mouse and keyboard as well, and but I don't know how I don't know if I'd switch over, but that's cool that they do have controller support. You would imagine so since they have it on the Xbox too, but
right.
I played it on Xbox a long time ago, and yeah, it was okay.
I like it. I think I never got into Minecraft, but this is like it's pretty. I can see it being like really, really close in similarities between Minecraft and this. It's like Minecraft underwater. That's how I would explain it.
Yeah, except it's more not so blocky. It's very pretty.
Yeah,
it's almost like No Man's Sky a little bit too, but in water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
underwater No Man's Sky.
Yeah. So I got back into that. I've been having fun with that. So.
Awesome. Yeah. Check it out, guys. Subnautica on PC. And, of course, on the Xbox preview program. Guys, move on here. I played some Battlefield 1 this week. The new DLC just came out. Turning Tides DLC. Well, it's actually the second half of that DLC because the first two maps were already out. They recently just released the last two maps of that DLC. So one of the maps introduces a naval battle between two dreadnoughts. So the dreadnoughts are those big ships that come in as support for the teams, like when the blimp comes in or when like the big tank comes in, the behemoth, and the dreadnought comes in on certain maps. Well, now two dreadnoughts come in and one team controls one. Another team controls the other. Yeah, so it's pretty nuts, dude. There's that DLC. There's also, I don't think there's any new operations with this DLC. I know I played some operations, but I was doing like they have like this mission thing to like play the old operations and you get enough points to unlock a new crate. So I was doing that. I wasn't playing anything new on there. But yeah, Battlefield 1, man, it's still a fun game. And going back in there, dude, it makes me just sit there and just can't wait to hear what Battlefield is going to drop this year. Because they're going to come out this year with one. And
I think we're going back to, like what Brun said, hopefully they'll go back to an actual city.
Yeah, I want it to be modern. I don't want it to be like fucking World War II Battlefield 1 or Battlefield. You know what I mean? I want it to be Battlefield current times or whatever.
I don't know how much further they can go back until there's no guns.
Civil War.
I think you already have a sword with your horse, so we're back far enough.
Yeah, they're back far enough at this point. I think World War I was the war that really changed the history of warfare, but I don't think they could get any further than that, man. Because at that point, you're starting to get into fucking muskets and shit, like, the fuck? Who wants
I
to
think
fight
we'll
with
go
that?
current, and it'll be something like, I don't know.
I want something like Battlefield 4, but just like that, with new maps. I want new stuff to blow up. That's all
2018, Battlefield Primal.
Get your club.
With clubs and rocks.
There you go. And you get to ride mammoths and whatever. That's what the takes are.
The fire stick.
Yeah. No, but these new maps look really good. And the shitty part is still the Xbox One doesn't have an enhancement for it yet. Still doesn't, and they're not going to do it.
EA.
They said they're not going to do it. They're just like, no, we're not going to update it for the Xbox One X. Like, sorry. It's too late.
Microsoft should just buy them and then dissolve that.
That's okay. Microsoft will just buy it.
And it's weird because the PS4 Pro did get one, but the PS4 Pro was out when the game came out, so that's probably why. But guys, if you're hyped about this DLC coming out recently, don't be so hyped because we got another DLC dropping this very month. So this will be their 4th DLC, and it's going to drop in February, and it's going to be the last DLC for Battlefield 1. So we'll see what happens there. And they added a new class actually to the DLC, or like a new army, the Royal Marines from the UK. They added them, and we'll see who they add for the last DLC. I know they said they plan to add one more army, I think, on the last DLC, on the Apocalypse DLC. They plan to add one more army. So, now there's like a lot of armies in there you can play as. The Swedish, Americans, British. All kinds. Russian. Yeah.
I did play this, Jesus. I bought that season pass. I bought the Prime.
You did?
Premium pass.
Yeah. Back
in the last holiday, and I haven't played it yet. I know.
Really?
I know. I'm like, that's crappy, right?
That game is so good, man. It just... When you get in there and you start realizing the scope of the battle, when you're in there and you're just seeing like fucking planes are going through there and the fog, there's like a fog, right? Or they have weather effects now where like it'll be raining or it'll be foggy or it'll be whatever. Right. And like some of these maps that I played, I've never played them in the fog before. And all of a sudden yesterday I was playing these maps and they were in fog. So you could barely see ahead of you. And then it is really crazy when you're sitting there defending a point. And then you see like a tank and you see a person and you're like, oh, fuck, there's a huge tank right behind that guy coming right at us. And you're trying your best to like supply your teammates with ammo and ammo crates. And everybody's just shooting and fucking planes are coming in, dropping bombs. Ah, so good. So good.
I do miss that game. I mean, I miss it where, especially when we want to get in and we want to hold a point. That's the stuff that I love.
It's such a good game.
Not just kind of run around aimlessly and just go A, B, F, C, G.
That's why I like Operations.
I just want to hold 1 point and
yeah. That's why I like Operations more than the other modes. I like it more than Conquest actually because Operations is just you're defending 2 points, and the enemy has to attack those 2 points because they only have a certain amount of lives. They only get like 200 lives or 100 lives or whatever, and that's all they have. So if they don't capture those 2 points with those 100 lives, then they only get like 2 more tries. And if they fail those other 2 times, they fail the mission. They fail the game. You win as a team.
Yeah.
So that's fucking crazy. So it's so much fun, dude. Oh, I can't express how much fun that is. So good. So good.
Yeah, that's why I like when Battlefield 3, I think, came out with that Close Quarters DLC.
Yeah,
that's fun to me. Where it's get in there and, either wreck them or they wreck you.
I mean, I like Battlefield 1's simplicity of the guns. There's not like 50,000 attachments for them like it was in Battlefield 4.
Right.
But at the same time, I miss Battlefield 4, like the tanks. I miss the jets, the helicopters, the motorcycles, the little jeeps. I miss all that.
Yeah, and once they fixed that game, it looked beautiful.
Yeah,
Especially in some of those city settings.
for sure. But that's all. I have 2 more games that I played. Let's go on here. Henley, what else have you played, man?
I played Beholder today because Ryan bought that.
Okay.
Did you talk about that, Ryan?
No, I haven't played it yet.
Okay. So I know, Jesus, you played this game, and
Yeah.
it's I had. So my wife, she's an apartment manager, and she has been for the last 9 years now. So I'm like, you got to play this game. You got to help me play this game. She's like, all right, fine. So I mean, she just kind of sat there and watched. We went through. You can make certain choices, I think. You just you're asked certain questions in the beginning, where you're working for the ministry. I think the government, basically. Like, you've been elected to be the apartment
You live like in
manager.
communist Russia or something.
Yeah. You're going to be the next apartment manager. And it's kind of cool how it all starts out, where you're driving in the car and they're showing the old apartment manager being handcuffed and hauled off to jail. And even like when you arrive at the apartment and you're walking in, the police are walking out with the guy, right, in handcuffs, and you're all just like staring at each other. And it's cool. Even like your daughter. So you have a son and a daughter. Your daughter's just like, oh, that was weird watching that guy get arrested. Is that going to happen to you, Daddy? And he's like, nah, we'll be fine. So, so it's got a cool intro and starting area. One of the things that I was telling the wife, I'm like, do we want to go through the tutorial? And she's like, no, I already know what I'm doing. So I'm like, okay, fine.
Okay.
We'll just kind of go with it, right? And I immediately failed the first mission.
Wow.
And I told the wife, I'm like, it's your fault. It's your fault I failed.
Yeah.
I figured out the part about installing the security cameras at like apartment number 2.
Yeah.
When the person's not home. Make sure they're not home, because it's a good idea to do this when they're not home.
Yeah.
You don't want to be caught in there when the tenant comes home. And so I install it, and then it says something about gather information on the tenant.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I didn't know that I didn't even know what to do. I had no
You're
clue.
supposed to watch them, because the camera gives you a view of inside the apartment. If you're not inside the apartment, it's kind of grayed out or blacked out, right? It's dark in there. You can't see in there. But the camera lets you see a certain cone, right? Like, you can buy big cameras that see larger cones, smaller cones, and very narrow ones. And you install one in there, and you pan the camera up towards the apartments that you have cameras in. And if a person's in there doing something, you can click on your right thumbstick, and it'll capture that as evidence. So, like, if they're smoking in there, it'll capture it as evidence. Like, okay, this person smokes,
right.
or this person is doing drugs, or this person is, packaging drugs, or whatever. Like, you capture them doing that, and then you write reports based on what you found out about them. Or you could blackmail them, and you can be like, hey, I caught you doing drugs. If you don't want me to report this to the police, you better leave $3,000 underneath your door when you leave tomorrow morning, and I won't tell anybody about this, So then you kind of blackmail them. It's really interesting, dude.
Yeah, so even though I said no to the tutorial, it still told me like exactly what I need to do with that guy in apartment number 2. And so, I failed that first part, but then I figured out the second part where, I clicked in the right stick to he was making drugs. And I reported him to the police. Like, this guy's making drugs. So I immediately ran back. I did that from upstairs, and I ran back down. No, I think I was in the basement in my apartment. It's weird that your apartment's in the basement. That's where you live. Not on the 4th floor. You're in the freaking basement. But I guess you have like an area where you can view the cameras from your office. I'm not sure.
It's a desk.
Yeah. So I went back up, and I'm like, I just kind of watched them, like the police slowly. They're like kicking him, right?
Yeah,
and then they'd walk up a little more, and then they kick him again. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
fun.
It's crazy, man. Because after that mission, you get a harder mission. It's to kick out tenant in number 2, in apartment number 2 or number 1, and that guy does nothing illegal. But your job is to get him out. Like the ministry told you, you have 150 days to get this guy evicted or arrested. Figure out how to do it. So you can plant evidence inside people's apartments. So you can go and find drugs in somebody else's apartment, plant the drug in his apartment, and then leave it in there for a day or so, and then go back in there and collect that as evidence against them.
Okay.
And then now you make a report saying, okay, I caught this person with an apple, and apples are illegal, so I caught him with an apple, come arrest him. And then the police goes in there, and they search the apartment for the apple, and if they find the apple like in his drawer or something, they're like, oh, yeah, we got you with an apple. Now you're under arrest for having... And he's like, what the hell? I didn't have an apple. And they're like, yeah, you did. It's right here. So then he's like, fuck.
And the other thing I noticed, too, where it showed like a red and a green apple, and I'm like, okay, so why did they show a red and a green apple? Like, what's up with that? That's kind of strange, though.
Well, sometimes the ministry will say green apples are illegal, or red apples are illegal, or both apples are illegal.
I get the gist of it, and I thought that was pretty hilarious. Yeah. Or if you press RB, it'll actually, and you scroll down, they'll have something called excerpts, which I was telling the wife, I'm like, hey, look, it's the lease agreement, right?
Yeah.
And in there, it'll say things like, no Paul Ryan books. It was like something Paul, right? And I was like, look, no Trump books either. You can't have those. That's illegal.
Yeah, you have certain books there's certain books that are illegal. There's certain things that are illegal, and you cannot have them. Like watching a certain TV show is illegal. Playing certain types of music is illegal. And then if you catch them doing that, then you report them. The game does get really harder though, significantly. There's a moment in the game where your daughter's dying, and your son is being kicked out of college. And every time you talk to your son, he's always talking about how proud he is of going to college and not working in the mines, that he wants to go to college, to graduate college. And then you get a bill for $10,000 from the college, and they're saying, you got to pay this bill before the next semester, or he can't come to college. He has to go work in the mines, because he's going to have to go work in the mines if he doesn't go to college. At the same time, you're getting a bill from your daughter's doctor saying she needs this medicine or she's going to die. The medicine cost $8,000 or $10,000 or whatever. So now you're making a choice. Either come up with $20,000 somehow, which is really hard, or let your daughter die because your son goes to college, or let her live and make him become a minor because you had to save her life. So you're making these hard fucking choices. And I was like, I can't make this choice. I was like sitting there thinking like, fuck, dude, she's going to die. Like, I can't let her die. But this kid is going to be, his whole life is going to be devastated because he's going to become a fucking minor for the rest of his life. Like, what do you do there? It's really tough. And there's choices like that in the game that come up, which get really tough to make.
That would suck. I mean, I guess my son's going to have to get minor's lung because I want my daughter to live.
Yeah, but it's so crazy. If you interact with him, he'll tell you, like, I had a great day at school today. I met this girl and I really like her. And, can you give me $20 so I can take her out to the movies? And you give him $20 to take her out of the movies. Or you could be like, no, I'm not going to give you no money to take her out. Figure it out on your own. And then he'll come back the next day and be like, oh, well, she went out with this other dude who took her to the movies. I'm sad now.
But hey, like, this is a game. I mean, and you're already making these choices, right? So I guess go with it, guys. Have fun with it.
It's fun. It's a good game. It's not a bad game, and it's on your phone as well. It's on everything, I think, honestly.
All right, Jesus, I got one more thing with that Beholder. So again, early on, I didn't watch the tutorials. I probably should have went through it, but it said, hey, you need to clean up apartment 2. Yeah. You need to repair it for $500. I only had $300. Where the hell was I supposed to get $200 other dollars?
$200. You can get them by stealing things from people's apartments. The thing is, though, let's say you go into apartment 3 and you start stealing the people's stuff. You get away with stealing the first thing. But if you keep stealing things, like say you just want to clean them out when they're gone, the police shows up during the time you're stealing and they arrest you for stealing, and they tell you, this is the first time we're catching you, so now we're going to fine you $500. So you have to pay them $500 as a fine. And they're like, next time we catch you, we're not going to be so lenient. The fine is going to be like $2,000. So be ready for that next time. So, and then you can sell things to the guy. There's a little guy that comes in from the outside, and he'll stand in front of your apartments. Guy. Yeah, and you sell things to him.
Yeah, you find him downstairs.
You can sell him
on the street.
books, or you can sell him your
Forgot
kids.
about him.
You can steal your daughter's toys from your apartment and sell it to him.
I saw that. I was wondering what I could do with those items. I'm like, why would I want to take stuff out of her toy box or whatever? Okay, so I could sell it for drugs. I get it.
You can sell
Cool.
it for whatever you want to buy. Yeah, you could. I need more cameras. Sorry, I have to take your basketball and your fucking book. Go do something with yourself. And then they'll complain later on. They'll be like, where's my toy? Or I can't find my ball. I can't find my book. What happened to it? And you're like, don't worry, I'll find you a new book. So now your mission is to find her a new book, or buy the one that you stole from her and then rebuy it from the guy and give it to her.
Regifting. All right.
It's a hard game, dude. It's not easy. It's not easy, like, at all. But yeah, I recommend it. But yeah, moving on. Ryan, tell us. Come on, I know you're impatient. Just tell us what you've been playing.
The last game I've been playing is a game called Too Dark. It was on sale this week, so only $6. I picked it up. This game wasn't quite what I expected it to be. I thought it was going to be like a Telltale kind of game where you were just like going through a story, but it turns out it's like a roguelike, and you're this guy that your kids got kidnapped in the forest while you were camping. Your wife was murdered and your kids got kidnapped. And then like the game starts 7 years after that happened, and you're still trying to find your kids. And it's like top down, but it's like roguelike. If you die, you go back to your last save point. Thankfully, it doesn't take you all the way back to the beginning of the game or anything, but you die a lot over like stupid stuff that you don't realize. Like there's a hole in the ground and you fall in it and you're in the abyss. Then you have to reload your game and start again and remember, okay, there's a hole there. Don't go over there. But then like a trap on the ground that you don't notice will fucking pop up and kill you. And then you have to remember, shit, there's a trap on the ground there. You know, you kind of go through and you find your path through. And there's all kinds of puzzles and stuff that you got to solve. There was one section I'm stuck on right now. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do. There's two guys wandering. I killed one guy and stole his weapons and stuff. Or no, not his weapon. I can't remember what he had on him. He didn't have the key that I needed to get into the next door. And then I didn't have enough bullets to kill the next guy. So I was like, ah, crap. But like, there's just these weird little puzzles you have to solve throughout, and you're apparently trying to find your kids. It's been cool. I haven't played a lot of it yet. I'm going to play some more. It's kind of something that I wanted to play with Kathy because I thought it would be fun for us to kind of interact with each other and play a game. So I'll be playing a little bit more of that. That's all I really got to say for it now. But Gunny, you should probably try this game out, Too Dark.
Okay, yeah, I saw that you purchased that, and yeah, I'll check it out.
You playing that on Xbox?
Yes, on Xbox.
Xbox.
Yeah.
Is there anything else like on Steam or whatever?
I have no idea. I'm not sure.
I'll see if it is on there.
It probably is. I don't think it's an exclusive thing. So,
Okay.
Too Dark.
Yeah, it's
Check it out, guys.
$25 on there on Steam.
Oh, really? It was.
it has mostly
It was
positive
$6. It's $6 Canadian.
It's just $3.
So it's probably
American.
like $4. Yeah, $3 or
Yeah,
$4.
it's literally $25 here on
US on
Steam.
sale right now.
Wow, that's expensive. First time Xbox beats Steam at a price.
Well, you can probably get it from CD Keys
Something
or
like
somewhere.
Weird
You know,
little indie game.
or
The cool thing
Humble
about
Bundle.
that game is it's like it seems like it's a really dark story. Like it's animated sort of in that Don't Starve kind of style. Like the animation is that way. The game isn't that way, but the cutscenes kind of are.
Yeah,
It's
it gave me a
interesting.
warning before I could view any pictures.
Would you say it's
What?
too dark?
Yeah, the number 2 and dark.
Moving on now. Evan, talk to me, man. What else have you played?
All right. The last game that I've played is The Last of Us. I just started it.
You barely started this game?
So, okay.
God, 5 years later.
Hey, all right. So, I went the thing with the PlayStation ordeal,
Oh, you went through
but
that
I
thing.
finally
Oh
got.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right, so just real quick, my brother got PlayStation 4 Pro, so he gave me his PlayStation, his old one, but the disc drive didn't work, so I bought like Modern Warfare remastered or whatever, and I was playing that for a little bit. I just bought digital, and then I was like, before I bought anything else digital, I was like, man, I'm gonna see if I can get this fixed. So then I sent it back to I sent it to Sony. Oh no, I'm sorry. So what happened was Sony put out this like update, their software update, and it bricked all the consoles that didn't have a working Blu-ray drive or something like that. So I couldn't even use the PlayStation at all. It was just a piece of
What kind of
piece of
software
junk.
update is that? Like, or at least a software update that'll fuck everybody shut up that doesn't have a working drive. That's so stupid.
Do you think that was like a security protocol thing? And
I don't know, man,
Seems
because
weird.
I looked into it a little bit, and it was happening to a lot of people. And
Okay.
the only thing Sony said about it was they were gonna you could send it to us, and then we'll sell you a refurbished one for $100 or something. Some bullshit like that, man.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, whatever. So I sat on that for a little bit. I wasn't playing it at all. I couldn't. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to see what Sony support can do for me. So I went back and forth with them a little bit, and then I talked to a few different people, and I finally got somebody. I was like, okay, what's the error code? Okay, that checks out. We'll send you, you can send it to us, and then we'll fix it. And I'm like, all right, well, is it guaranteed to get fixed? Because I was going to pick up a PlayStation on Black Friday,
Mhm.
and I was like, well, okay. So I ended up getting a PlayStation on Black Friday, but I didn't open it because I was going to send this back and see if they could fix it. And so I sent it back, and then they did fix it. I think it's a different I think it's a different system though, because there's something
Oh yeah.
there's something rattling in there. It sounds like screw loose or something.
Oh
It
god.
works.
It's the cockroaches. It's the cockroaches that come inside the PlayStation.
Yeah, they specifically said on the packing instructions, don't send us any infested systems
Oh,
or something
God.
like that.
Infested systems.
Yeah, like or insect infected systems or something like that.
Bug-free consoles only, please.
Yeah, pretty much. I was like, ugh. So anyways, I got the PlayStation. I picked up a couple games on Black Friday, and Last of Us was one of them. So I started that up, and I really just
Wait.
started it.
Did Sony fix your console for free? They gave you
was-
Did you have
Yes.
to pay for shipping? Any of that stuff?
No, it was free. I think they sent me a different console, but
Yeah.
it was just
I would assume they would. They have a stack of refurbs and they just
Xbox
get yours
360,
in and
yeah,
send
would do
one
that.
out, you know.
that. Yeah, so I didn't pay for anything, and I returned that PlayStation I bought on Black Friday. So I don't know. I'm happy with it right now. Hopefully, it doesn't take a dump on me anytime soon, because I just want to play a handful of games that I got. And but yeah, so I started up Last of Us, and it was it's different than what I've been playing, so it took a little getting used to controller wise. I don't know. I'm not jiving with the PS4 controller though. For some reason, my hand gets a little more sweaty with the PlayStation 4 controller. I don't know what that's from, but yeah.
I can tell you.
Last Last of Us. I'm kind of excited to play that game just from all the stuff I've heard about it. So
Yeah, man, it's a good game. It's well worth playing.
yeah, just that the intro to it, man. It was yeah, it's like watching a movie. Like the same
Yeah.
thing. I was just putting the controller down, just watching, and I'm like, oh, I'm playing a game. I got to do stuff now. So yeah, that's it. I mean, I really just played like maybe 3 or 4 hours so far. So
Have you pre-ordered God of War? Did you God of War?
no, I haven't done anything as far as pre-ordering for PlayStation or anything. I don't know. I've got. I want to play The Last of Us, Horizon Zero Dawn, Bloodborne, and some other game, I forget.
No Man's Sky.
No.
Hey, buy that on Steam then. Fine.
Yeah. No, so that's it. Just started The Last of Us, but seems like it'll be good.
It's a good game, man. That game is so much fun. It's my favorite game on PlayStation.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good game. I loved it.
So that's it for me.
Good stuff, man. And for me, the last thing that I played this week, guys, Assassin's Creed Origins. I was playing that before the show today, and I finally got the alien armor. It took me a long time to get that, but I finally just got it right before the show started. I was like, yes, I got it.
Awesome.
Yeah, man. I've done a lot of side quests. I've done a lot of things. That game, playing it today, man, I was just incredibly just wow. That's all I could say when I was just walking through the cities, walking through the desert, looking around. I love this world. I love the Assassin's Creed world.
It is beautiful. Every time I fire up the Xbox, I'll look at that icon and go, that could
Such
wait,
a
though.
good game, man. I'm glad that game got Game of the Year for us this year, because that game is so good. So good. It's just, everything about it is incredible, man. Like the cities, the people, the setting, the world. You know, everything you get to do in that game. You fight hyenas, you fight crocodiles, you fight hippos, you fight lions and tigers and bears, and there's an ambulance going by. But yeah, so good. So good, guys. I found some crazy ass, there was a crazy tomb that I found, like, in the desert on the south of the map, like the bottom of the map. There's a tomb that's all there is in that whole area. It's just one tomb. But it's fucking wild. It's like a crazy looking tomb. It looks futuristic. It doesn't look like it belongs in Egypt. Yeah.
Even that one in the game towards the end, that tomb, it's got like that see-through,
Yeah.
like glass. I thought that's a freaking trippy tomb.
Yeah, man. There's a lot of weird things in this game where you're just like, what the hell just happened? I was going through the desert on one of these areas on the south of the map, and it was nighttime, and I'm just going. I'm heading to that tomb that I was talking about. I'm headed to there, right? And I'm just cruising along, unlocking my areas of the map, just cruising on my horse. All of a sudden, I went over this spot, and Bayek, he turned like white. Like he didn't like. All of a sudden, he like glowed. He was like seeing like fucking, like those night. Like it was like a nightlight. He just like lit up, dude. It was crazy. He looked like a ghost, and his horse. The eyeballs on the horse turned white, and his hair turned white. Like his tail was white, his mane was white, but the horse was black, and it was just glowing. And I was like, "What the hell just happened? Was that a glitch?" And then I kept going, and it kind of just went back to normal. So I turned around and I went back, and there was just this one spot where if you go to this one little area at night, your horse will turn black, and it'll just glow. His eyeballs will glow like white, and your Bayek looks white. He's like all white. I took a screenshot on my Xbox so you guys could see it there.
Yeah, weird.
It's weird.
Is there any DLC for this game that they've
There is.
Yeah, it just came out.
There's new DLC that just came out. That was a part of the ending of the game. There's a thing where you unlock a headquarters, and the DLC is based off of that, of some kind of Assassin's DLC where you have to manage assassins or some shit. And so there's that, and also the new free update for that game that is called like the Museum Tour update or something like that. It's coming out this month as well. Cool. And that's going to add, I think you could play as 15 different people, and you go through Egypt as that person, and you can learn about what they lived through in that time. So they're going to have Julius Caesar, Cleopatra, a few other people that are like just part of Egypt back then. They're going to have them in there, and you can just kind of explore combat free, so you're not going to get attacked by nobody. It's combat free, so you get to like see the world through their eyes, I guess, and we'll see how that is. That comes out this month, and I'm kind of excited for that because I want to kind of see the world through Cleopatra's eyes, That'd be pretty neat.
Yeah.
So it's just that one DLC that they released. Do they plan on releasing any more? Or
yes, they do. They have a whole season pass for this game. Yeah, there's a whole over at Ubisoft's website. You can see their whole plan for the DLC. Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I don't have I don't have Assassin's Creed Origins, but that might be
Dude,
something I get later
you
on
need to
down the
play
line.
this
I gotta.
game.
Yeah.
It's a long
Good
game.
game.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, see, I just got other games right now, so that's definitely on my radar though, down the line. So maybe on a sale or something, I'll pick it up.
Play it. Everybody should
No,
play it.
you know what? You know what, Jesus? I'm not taking buying recommendations.
Why
from you,
not?
'cause
How dare you? How dare you?
You told me to buy Overwatch, and we haven't played once.
Well, Overwatch
so.
is good. Overwatch just recently got a new update for 4K HDR and a new map, Blizzard World. Come on, you should get in there and play it.
You peer pressured me into buying
Well,
Overwatch.
if you were to play with me when I play Overwatch, then I would invite you to my game.
Jesus, when are you playing Overwatch?
Randomly.
I've never seen you play Overwatch
You know what?
since then.
You know what?
You swindled me. You swindled me so hard. How did I even... Oh, man. That's on me.
I'm going to go play Overwatch tonight after the show, Evan. We're going to play Overwatch.
Highly unlikely.
No, he doesn't want to play it anymore.
It's because you don't want to play with me. It's because you don't want to play with. See, I'm inviting you right now, and you're denying me. That's why
you're
I
like,
play with you.
We just finished the show. I'm a little hungry. Oh, I want a chicken dinner. You're going to hop on PubG.
Nope. I'm gonna hop on Overwatch, and I'm gonna spam you with invites, and you're gonna be like, "Oh, I'm playing Assassin's Creed Origins right now."
Oh, because you're going to peer pressure me to buy that.
You should, because it's Game of the Year for HGP, and it definitely deserves that. That means everybody should buy it. That's all it means.
All right, we'll see.
Game of the Year translates to everybody must buy. Oh man. Okay. What? Anything else, Gunny, that you've played?
No, that's all I've played.
What about you, Ryan?
Yeah, I'm done, man.
Okay.
That's all I got.
Anything else, Evan?
Nope.
All right, guys. Moving on now. I believe, Ryan, we're gonna insert here an interview that we had yesterday with the Kingdom Come developer. Their community manager came on our show to talk about the game. He went into depth about the game. He talked about the combat. He talked about the world, the realism, and how history repeats itself a lot. So go ahead and listen to that, and we'll come back right after that. All right, we're recording. Okay, let's do this. Rick, right. Rick, you are what are you? Well, I'll just introduce you as the guy from Kingdom Come Deliverance.
And U.S. Community Manager.
All right, U.S. Community Manager. Perfect. All right, I got you. All right. All right. 5, 4. Hey, people! There's an interview with the U.S. Community Manager of Kingdom Come Deliverance. I'm here with Rick. I'm also here with my co-host Ryan, the Canadian.
What's going on, everybody?
Hey, Rick.
The Canadian, of course.
Rick, welcome to the show, man. I appreciate you coming on.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah, I mean, I know you're a busy person right now, especially with the game coming out very, very soon. So tell us about you. Who are you, and what do you do?
Yeah, these days I don't know who I am, but I do know who I am for Warhorse Studios. And yeah, I like you said, I'm the U.S. Community Manager. I've been with Warhorse Studios for almost 2 years now. And I mean, really, being the community manager, I really enjoy working with the community on Steam, Reddit. So I manage those 2 pages, announcements, feedback, everything under the sun there. And then, I love writing newsletters to the fans. The guys from Czech, they can speak English quite well, but sometimes I have to help them with the grammar a little bit. Some of our articles, it's fun. Doing podcasts, this is my 3rd one this week. I love doing that. I love talking about the game, and I get to also travel to, E3, of course, Gamescom and other events, PSX. I was at PAX South, and I love doing presentations to the press and talking to, fans, showing the game, streaming, whatever, you name it. I enjoy doing it, and I do it. So. Happy to do it for Warhorse Studios. Yeah,
that's cool, man. Yeah, you get to go all these places. That sounds like a cool job, man. How do I get your job?
Yeah, sign me up. I'm sending you my resume right now.
Yeah, United States.
Awesome, man. Awesome.
Manager too, but yeah.
So you're here to talk about a certain game, right? This is this little known game called Kingdom Come Deliverance. So tell us and tell the community that's listening right now, what exactly is Kingdom Come Deliverance?
Did someone just say little known?
Well, to be honest, a lot of people, when we posted, a lot of people are like, I don't even know what this game is, So
Okay.
a lot of people in our community don't know. So that's why we'd like to have you on here so that you can explain to them what it is.
No, it's fun. It's fun. I just love having fun. So, okay. So bottom line is, our game is a first-person open world RPG, and it's based on a realistic setting in medieval Bohemia in 1403. So you're Henry, you're son of a blacksmith, and you're on a quest for vengeance as your family, your hometown has been slaughtered. Your parents have been murdered right in front of you by King Sigismund of Hungary. So medieval Bohemia is modern-day Czech Republic, all right? And we made this game based on, European history, more specifically Czech Republic, of course. And so some of the events that happen, in history, happen in the game. And so you have this king from Hungary who invades Bohemia with these Cuman soldiers. And like I said, they just take advantage of the situation where your king, they call him the idol king because he didn't even show up to his own coronation. The Pope's ready to crown him. He's not even there. So the Holy Roman Empire, that's where it was going on. But we get the balance of having a really fun video game with and a real importance in history, because history will repeat itself in the game, but it's up to you how you get there.
So a question I have is, I know that things that you do in the game can change what happens. So can you totally miss historical moments because you didn't go down a certain pathway?
Yeah, it's a good question, because we definitely talk about the choices you make in the game. Like, for example, there's some quests, there's 3 to 5 different ways to solve a quest. You can even fail and then try and go about doing a quest another way. Mm-hmm. One of the things, though, is that, we also have to have a balance, because there are time-sensitive quests, meaning the game's not going to wait for you. But there are times that there's not time-sensitive quests, so you'll be able to go around and explore. But if someone's like, hey, man, I got these bandits that are coming after me, and I need your help, and you're like, you know what, give me a minute. Actually, give me about 10 hours, man. I got to go explore, and I'm going to play some dice minigame, and go to the pub, have some drinks, and go do some side quests. Give me 10 hours, right? Well, you come back, and he's dead, right?
Yeah.
Or he's dead somewhere. Or maybe with the quest thing, you can decide to maybe find those bandits and say, hey, I know who you're looking for. Let's go get them. Then you can kill that guy that wanted help with you, and then you take him out, and then you can do some quests with the bandits. Man. It's interesting because, you'll know when there's a time-sensitive quest, and you can even miss out on a cutscene or something that may happen by going off in another direction. But at the end of the day, there are going to be some events that are going to happen no matter what. We don't want you to miss the biggest things in the game.
Yeah.
So, you can just screw around, and all of a sudden it's game over, and you see the cutscene in the game. That'd be crazy. We're not going to do that.
Yeah.
But it's going to be fun. You got to pay attention to your every move.
Yeah.
That sounds incredible, man. I mean, I was watching a lot of Let's Plays and a lot of playthroughs of this game, and I noticed that some people were saying that a lot of the missions, a lot of the side quests, you have to pay attention to what the NPCs are telling you, right? Because they'll be like, I'm headed north, or I'm headed west, or I'm going to go into the forest over here. So you got to pay attention to what exactly they're saying. You can't just goof around and just be like, skip, or just, you have to pay attention, right?
Yeah, so the creative director, Dan Varva, made Mafia 1 and 2. And that's when the studio was in the Czech Republic. Mafia 3, the studio moved to the United States, so Dan wanted to do something different on European history, more specifically Czech Republic, and no one's ever done that before, like I was saying earlier. And then we have Martin Klima and some other guys who worked on Operation Flashpoint. And that's what you get with Kingdom Come Deliverance. You get a heavy, story-driven game and the choices you make in Mafia. And then with Operation Flashpoint, you get the realism of like the shooter, so that's what you get with Kingdom Come Deliverance. And your choices and you make in the game are huge. But, you'll we mentioned something real briefly about The Witcher, just made me think of it. Like Geralt, you always play as Geralt, and The Witcher, you always will play as Henry, son of a blacksmith. And there's an importance in the story, and there's, like I said, there's cutscenes that are triggered based on the choices you make. And, but I know I'm cutting into probably a bunch of our questions we got, so maybe I'll take it a step at a time.
It's okay.
It's okay.
So
awesome, man. Okay. So let's move on to our next question. So I noticed that this game was a Kickstarter game. It was a game that was kickstarted, right? How did it feel to have such a successful Kickstarter campaign when you guys raised over $1.5 million? That's a lot of money. It's a lot of money.
Yeah. It was. We were the third most successful Kickstarter that year.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. I mean, in the beginning, we had a prototype before the Kickstarter. We had just a prototype of our game. We, promoted the idea of, and same thing in our Kickstarter. We call it Dungeons and No Dragons. Because again, I said realism. There's no fantasy in this game. I've had some people say, "Oh, I look forward to the realistic fantasy." It's like, no, that's kind of a paradox, isn't it? Realistic fantasy.
Yeah.
I don't know if that goes together. And it's cool if someone wants to try and do that. But we have a realistic game based on history, but yet it's not necessarily a medieval simulator. But getting back to the whole Kickstarter, those are the things we were pitching, right? And like no one believed in the concept. You can imagine we talked to anybody, everybody. And then finally we found one person. He said, "You know what?" He said, let's come up with a Kickstarter. Let's see if it's going to succeed. Let's put it to the test. And our goal was over like 300,000 euros. We did over 1,100,000 euros, which was, $1.5 million US dollars. So we crushed the goal.
Nice.
And that's why we're here, man. Our fan support is everything. They are the best part of Kingdom Come Deliverance. And we're very thankful for that.
That's awesome. I know one of our listeners was when we posted in the group that we were going to have you on the show and to leave questions, he actually said he helped kickstart the game. He was like, "I helped." I was like, "Awesome."
I love because everyone's a piece of the puzzle there, if you will. It's great to see now that the backers are finally going to get this game. They've been waiting for 4 years, and we're happy to give it to them on the 13th.
That's incredible.
I can't even believe that.
So you said, this game has a lot of influences from Mafia and Flashpoint. How hard was it to come up with a brand new IP like this? A new game in this setting seems so hard to make because there's such great games out there, right? There's Skyrim, there's The Witcher, for example. These games that are huge and massive, and how hard was it to come up with this type of game, this idea?
Well, we certainly, some of those games you mentioned draw inspiration from, but I think what would kind of help that a little bit is, as with all good Czech ideas, they usually start in a pub. So Dan Marco and Martin Klima, that's where they got together and talked about this idea, and based where they live, because the studio's in Prague, which is the capital of the Czech Republic, and I go to the studio, being that I live in the United States, I go to the studio a couple times a year, or a couple weeks out of the year, and I've been to the places that are actually in the game,
Wow.
And so to be able to make a game based on their own history is quite fascinating. And they're the first ones to make a game like this, and this European history here in medieval Bohemia in 1403. So, Dan Barva, he made very successful games with the Mafias. Which has led to Mafia 3, of course, and then Operation Flashpoint had success in its own right, and then that's just a couple games I mentioned. So, it's a matter of confidence and I don't know if you want to say paying homage to their history, but they knew they can make this game, and it was all the more backed up by the fans. So, and the great part of it is, too, we haven't really changed the integrity of the game. We've stuck to what we've done since the beginning, and we've even been able to, add a couple things in there based on fan feedback. So we're very excited about that.
That's sounds cool, man. Sounds cool. So let's move on. So I noticed on your Kickstarter when I went to your Kickstarter page, because it's still up, and one of the stretch goals was to add a dog companion. Did the dog companion make it into the game?
So that was one of the hardest things that was unfortunately not able to make it into the game.
Oh man.
Oh.
Oh yes, I thought you guys were setting me up, and you already knew.
No, I didn't.
We were expecting the dog to be in there.
So the truth of the matter is that is something we wanted to add in, but we simply did not have enough time.
Okay.
The dog companion was one of the things that Dan had really wanted to put in there. In one of our video updates, we actually mentioned it last year that we weren't able to put it into the game. We will definitely, there's some things that, that was hard to make it into the game, but we've already discussed this, and we still plan on, fully supporting the game after release with Deep Silver, our publisher, and, we'll see what happens.
Great. So there's no dog companions. Is there any kind of other companions? Will you be able to get like an NPC character that follows you around, carry stuff for you or whatever?
There may be some quests like that, But in general, people have asked about like if there's going to be factions or people you hang around with. And the thing is Henry is this homeless guy, he's son of a blacksmith. He takes on the role of a soldier. And even the soldiers back then, they just obeyed orders, and their duty was to blindly obey their command, right? You don't question, you just do it. Mm-hmm. And so, Henry, stays true with the people who are loyal into Bohemia because they've been invaded. And Henry will actually, it's kind of cool. He'll even have quests where he'll walk around with Captain Bernard and might be able to like be a guard in certain, like in the city of Ratai, for example. But it's not necessarily going to be joining certain factions. Again, we're trying to balance the video game, the fun factor, and yet at the same time, you got to try and put yourself in the situation of who a soldier would be, and not somebody who's going to become a king or a lord or a nobleman. You're going to be because the story itself is bigger than you, and history will, like I said, repeat itself in the game.
Awesome.
And while you will have again, we talked about the choices. It's the story that we're really hitting hard with, and it's up to you how you get there.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
That makes sense. No, it makes a lot of sense. So, one of my questions that was down the list here that I was just looking at right now was, will there be any kind of factions that you make alliances with, and or anybody that you make alliances with? I think you answered no. So there's the question was basically, is there going to be people that just attack you because they hate you? And then other people that may not attack you.
Well, the cool thing is that's based on how you are with the game. You have reputations on individuals, merchants, soldiers, the town, as a whole, and individuals. You can, like I said before, that you can even do potential quests with bandits, but it doesn't necessarily mean you'll become like this bandit, but you can play it like that because we don't have classes in our game. So what you use is what you level up in, kind of like Skyrim, if you will.
Yeah.
And the one neat thing is that there are different skills in the game. We've already talked about it. Strength, vitality, speech, intimidation, persuasion, and all these things that play a part in the game. So there's not specifically necessarily factions, but you can certainly do things with certain groups of people depending on how you play it. But it's not like you're going to all of a sudden start working with the human soldiers and try and spin it around because again, history history will repeat itself.
Yeah. Okay. So you guys are really focused on the history. You guys are really trying to capture that history, right? You're not straying from it very much. You're trying to put us there, right? In that world.
Well, and in one way we are, and one way we're not. In one way we are in the fact that history is going to repeat itself. I know I keep saying it like a broken record, and there will only be one ending to the game, but everyone will have a different story to tell because of all the decisions you make, and we can go on specifics because it'd be cool maybe to even give you some idea of how that's going to work. But where was I even going with this? There's so much that I was thinking about. Is that where was I going? What were you just asking again? Because I'm just trying to think of. I
was asking. You guys are trying to put us inside history. You guys are not straying from history.
Sorry. So what I was giving you the reasons why we're focused on history, but and the way we're not is you don't have to be a history buff. That's where I was going with this. You don't have to be someone who's interested in history at all. You can play. In fact, if you just bought this off the shelves and you played it, most people are probably, if you just bought it that way, they might not, unless you look in the codex, because the codex is awesome.
Yeah.
You can see about the historical events, the people, the different types of groups of people in the game, classes, whatever. But you could play this whole game and not even know it's based on actual history.
That's cool. That's cool. I like that.
History at all to enjoy our game. Our game is a video game first.
That's good. It's fun, right? It's not a history class sitting there all bored. Oh, I'm bored.
This isn't something that you would just read to somebody. You couldn't get some historical events, but there's going to be things that Henry himself is non-fictional, or he's fictional. I'm sorry. He's not a real character, although his town, or Silver Scalus, was actually raided and was burnt to the ground. So there is some real cool correlations that you'll be able to make, and there are some NPCs in the game that are actually non-fictional as well. But
I was just gonna say that it's like there's characters in the game, or the character that you're playing is not necessarily someone who was really there, but these things actually did kind of happen in history somewhere, right?
Yeah, some characters will be, some won't, for sure.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
Cool. So I gotta go ahead, Ryan.
I had a question about, because I was watching one of the videos and I noticed at the beginning you answer a bunch of questions, and that kind of gives you your first level ups or whatever, like either strength or vitality or whatever. Does that continue through the game, or is that just something when you're setting up your character in the beginning of the game?
Okay, so in the beginning, we do give you, that's kind of like when you first choose a character in a game, or, like in Dark Souls, you choose some of your stats, right?
Yeah,
But however, when you do use your speech skill, you will level up your speech skill when you're talking. And then here's another thing though. When you're, we showed off at Gamescom, like the first mission, if you will. Yeah. And it's before Scalus is burned to the ground. It's before your parents are murdered and almost everyone you know is killed.
Right. That's what I watched. I think I watched the first hour of the game. And it's like you're talking to your mom and you go find your dad. And
yes, very good. So when you talk to your mom, that's when you're choosing things really quick in the beginning, and then you level up because you're in the very beginning of the game. But then you talk to this guy, and he's a prick. His name is Kunish, and he owes you. So he has materials he owes you. Because you need to make a sword. It's the sword. It's a really important sword. Remember, it's the one on the box cover art.
He owes you for a hammer.
Hammer,
lots of nails.
Yes,
and something else. I can't remember. There was something else too.
Yeah. So, but the bottom line is, if you recall, when you're talking to him, there's skills at the bottom of the screen that you can choose to use. You can try and just talk to him, or maybe you can try and intimidate him or impress him.
Yeah.
But that's where it comes almost, sometimes it might feel like a chess game almost, like, okay, I'll try speech skill, but is it going to work? You will also see in the bottom, you'll see like these question marks because you might not know his skills in the beginning. I mean, the cool thing is we have perks, okay, for everything you use, including even the weapons themselves. When you unlock perks, you get like a bonus of something. So when you use your speech skill enough, you can unlock a perk that will reveal their skills. So then you can have a better idea of what to choose. So if you succeed in intimidating, well, your intimidation skill will increase to a degree, right? So that's what's cool is in a lot of dialogues, you'll be able to choose how you want to approach things, and the skills will also work hand in hand together. Like, for example, you can't go up to a nobleman and have a great speech skill, which is important, but dress like a bum. You know what I'm saying? They're going to be like, who the hell are you? You may have some good finesse with your words, but you look like crap, So yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you can have the highest speech skill in the world, but you got to wear the right clothes. What if you have good clothes on, but you're dirty? You know what I'm saying? You got dirty. Maybe you even got a little fight and you forgot to change your clothes or something like that or whatever. And now you come in, you're all bloodied up. Like, what's going on, guys? Like, what? Dude, you're scaring me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's a living world.
That's crazy.
You all have different stories to tell, man. There might be a big skirmish or like a skirmish that happens, and there's this guy. His name is Wolflin, and he's like he's like the head of the gang member. And his cousin Captain Bernard, like they don't like each other at all, and he wants to kill him. But you might have an opportunity beforehand to try and talk this gang out of causing trouble, or maybe you can try and intimidate them, depending on how well you've leveled up your skill. But if you fail to do both of those, a fight's going to happen, and there's going to be 10, 15 guys fighting and archers and whatever, and you might be like, hey man, did you see that, man? There was a crazy fight. And you're like, no, my speech skill worked, man. I was able to talk them out of it. Wow. Different cutscenes will happen. Different fights will happen. You can fight through most of the game, or you can not fight through most of the game. And that's the crazy part. The game's not actually a fighting game. Events lead up to those fights, and when they freaking happen, they get crazy. And we'll have to talk about the combat when we get to it. But it's all about the
sounds incredible, man. Like I could just imagine me telling Ryan on the show, like, "Hey, man, when I did this happened." He's like, "No, dude, I did this whole other thing, and nothing happened for me." So everybody has a different experience. That sounds really cool.
Yep. Yes, sir.
I like that.
That sounds so fun. So I got a question for you. This is a question. Why is there no magic in the game? Why did you guys decide not to put any dragons or mystical stuff in there?
Yeah. So, it's always a fun question. Actually, I put an FAQ on Reddit and Steam, and one of the questions is, will there be dragons in the game? And my answer is, stop it. So the thing is if we put magic into the game, then we would be staying away from what we wanted to do from the very beginning, which is making actual history and make it as realistic as possible. I got to tell you, I was a fan before the game. So I'm a fanboy, and now I work for them. You put those two together, it's a pretty cool combination. But bottom line is, I was myself looking for a game that would finally have no magic or dragons, because I don't like using magic when I play. When I play Skyrim, I'm a warrior. I'm a warrior all day long.
Same here.
And believe me, I loved it when I first started facing the dragons. I put on the hardest difficulty, and they beat the crap out of you in the beginning, right? Mm-hmm. Or then you fight that giant, he freaking takes that club and he knocks high in the air. No, but then when I saw this game, and I'm like, you got to be kidding me. Medieval combat looks great, archers, and then here's another thing. We use a physical collision. So here we go. I'm skipping ahead, but I'm going to go here now because we're talking about it.
Okay.
We use a physical collision system in the game for our combat. So what we do is we calculate how much damage how much damage you cause them to an enemy based on what weapon you're using, what they're wearing, what type of armor they're wearing or not wearing, and how hard you actually hit them. So if someone has full plate armor on, it doesn't matter how skilled you are with a sword. It doesn't matter how good the sword is. It's not going to have a high blunt damage. So you're going to have to hit them a lot more. I mean, when I say a lot more, I don't mean like 20 times, okay?
Yeah.
It could be another 3, 4, 5 times depending on where you hit them and, how hard you hit them. But I'm going to probably want to use a mace or a warhammer. You can imagine the game taking that warhammer and just clobbering someone in that full plate armor. But then if they don't have armor on, right, and they have they're going to have something on, like gambeson. The gambeson is a thicker coat, padded, because you're going to have layers in the game too with your armor. See, this is a realism we're bringing into the game. Bring a dragon into the game, blows your ass up for someone with fire, and doesn't have armor anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So bottom line is then you want to use a sharp sword, or maybe you want to use your bow and arrow. I mean, another thing that we do with the realism, even when you're fighting, there's an indicator with swords in the shape of an X. You'll see it up at the top. And when you're fighting, we don't allow you to change your armor or your clothing because you can't be like, time out, guys. Oh, you got a mace. Let me put that helmet on. No. You got to keep combat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's smart. Yeah,
we'll allow you to change your weapon. Sheath your sword, unsheath. But even like a halberd in the game, the spear, a long spear, you're not going to be able to put that in your inventory because it's too big. So unfortunately, you're going to have to use it and then drop it if you want to use another weapon. And hopefully no one takes it from you because an NPC walking around or an enemy or even a friend can take that weapon. So the realism is really important. And I went on a tangent there, but it kind of goes hand in hand with what we've been talking about.
Yeah, it does.
We have a full-time historian that works on our team. Her name is Joanna. And works full-time to make sure we keep things in check. It's funny, every time I say that, I want to throw out a corny joke. Check, get it? Czech Republic. My wife does the corny jokes, but I find myself doing a few when I talk about the game. But we have sculptors and painters, so we reconstructed castles to make them how they actually looked like back then. We have paintings, digital paintings. I mean, hand digital paintings that's how the artwork would have looked like back then. And the paintings in the monastery and the churches, we used a Bohemian Symphony for our music. Dan Barber said, hey, if the game sucks, at least the music won't, So, he said that in an interview, so that's why I said it publicly. No. And then even we'd use Gregorian chant. I think that's one of my kids trying to sneak in here. That's my wife, honey, I'm doing a podcast. Sorry. Well, kind of. No, so the bottom line is, those are my animal crackers.
Oh, no!
Not the animal crackers.
Stole your animal crackers!
Now, hey, you know what? That's kind of another funny thing. That's actually a good transition, too, because, I was talking about the history, but and forgive me because I know I'm skipping around in the questions.
It's okay.
But are you guys familiar with how our crime system works and stealth and all that?
No, I never got that far, yeah.
Not really. I know that the crime is if someone sees you commit a crime, they have to actually report it to a guard, right?
Yeah, unless they're a pretty tough dude, right? So unless maybe if they have maybe a weapon on, maybe they'll fight you back. But if you're in the town, most people are probably not going to be that intimidating. So, which means they'll be intimidated by you if you steal something. So you're not going to see guards appear out of nowhere. But what if you get away with it, right? Well, this is a living world. So normally you get away with it in other games, and it's fine because there's other elements that other games focus on that are more important than the crime system. But what we wanted to do is, let's say you just take an apple in someone's house. No one sees it. You're all good, right? Reputation of everyone's just fine. But now, maybe you try and go in and do it again and take some more food or something. Now all of a sudden they lock their doors. Or maybe now they have a sword on them. Maybe there's more guards in the area. Maybe the prices go up in the market. A lot of things can happen based on the choices you make. So you can't think you're just going to get away with it. Hell, maybe you take a necklace like from a nobleman. It's worth a lot of money. And like, oh man, you got to get out of the town. You're like, and even the guards fight. You're like, you outrun the guards, whatever. Well, what happens if someone else beats you there? Because word will travel, or maybe no one beats you there to the other town, or beats you there and tries to hunt you down, and you go to this other town, you think you're free, and then they see the necklace you're trying to sell, and they're like, man, I've seen this before. Wait, this is from Ratai. What are you doing with this? Because you're wearing all these plain old clothes or something, trying to make more money to get better clothes, or whatever. And now they alert the guards because it just looks suspicious.
Oh, man.
Yeah, you got to think about what you're doing. I just can't wait because some guys are going to be playing this, some girls are going to be streaming, and they're going to be thinking that it's just, oh yeah, I sold some goods. Now let's go here, and it's like, oh shoot, what the heck? What did I do? It's not a game where we're just going to let you get away with stuff, man. You got to pay attention. So, and then even when you get caught by the guards, it's like, you can try and talk your way out of it. You can try to say, don't you know I'm on an important mission from Lord Ratzik, who's your liege lord? You'll serve under him. And sometimes they'll go, sorry, I didn't know that. And then if you fail to do that, you can try and bribe them. And if that doesn't work, you're in jail. And then, a lot can happen.
Yeah, that sounds interesting, man. It's like, hold on, I'll be right back. And then 5 guards walk in the door like, hey, come with us. That would suck, man. Oh, that's crazy. This game sounds like intimidating at some point, right? Because you're like, man, is it too real? Is it gonna be hard? Is it gonna be too hard for me? And I want to know that. How hard is well? So we talked a little bit about the combat, and I want to go back to that because how is the combat? How does that work? Am I locking onto certain parts of the body? Like, I want to chop this dude's left arm off. Do I have to focus on that arm and then hit whatever the trigger button or whatever button it is to attack?
Yeah, there's a couple of things you brought up there. So I'll talk about one thing. Just, one of the things that reminded me that I liked in Fable was that you could just really enjoy the game, right? Like, you could be really chill if you wanted. And I know one guy, man, he used to be really stressed out dude. He played Fable 2 just so he could relax. And didn't feel like it was a hard game. You can treat Kingdom Come Deliverance sometimes like that. You can go through most of this game without fighting if you want to. And there will be times where you can take all the time you want to explore as long as you don't trigger something that's time sensitive. There's a lot to explore in our game. So you can treat it like that because it is up to you how you play. Now, when it comes to the combat, in the beginning, you actually will be doing some training. And you can keep going back there and, you can level up even when you train and things like that and learn. And when you are in combat, getting to the more details of the combat, you have like this star. You might have seen it. It's like 6 different ways you can attack, all directional. It's not a magnet, so it doesn't mean if I strike up high, I'm going to go for the head. It just means that's the direction I'm swinging. So if I'm swinging high and they move and I hit them on the shoulder, well, then I'll do damage to their shoulder, right? Mm-hmm. So I talked about our physical collision system. It's one of those things where this star, you can use it to kind of lock on an enemy only because that's how you're able to do the different directions. But at the same time, you can easily move that off and put it onto another enemy. Taking on more than one guy, well, you can't lock onto 2 guys at one time. Then they seem like, well, shouldn't you be able to? Well, no. I mean, if you're really fighting and it's real medieval warfare, you can't just like take on 2 guys like nothing. I mean, we've seen way too many movies, man. You know what I'm saying? We've had professional swordsmen and fencers that worked in our studio to show us how they fought based on HEMA, which is historical European martial arts. And they showed us the animations in our mocap studio, how you swing the weapons, how you dodge and all that. And it debunks a lot of myths that you think how combat would happen. But as far as the difficulty, there's no doubt that there's going to be challenging aspects of our game. But at the same time, what's really cool is like there's this one enemy camp, Privy Slavis. We've also shown this off. This enemy camp, you can try and be like Spartacus and think you can just freaking kick ass and kill everybody. But that's not going to happen, okay? First off, Spartacus is, you don't even know. We don't know if half of what is said about him is actually accurate, honestly, right? But I'd like to think it is because he's a pretty cool dude. So, okay. You can also try and go into enemy camps without trying to fight and sabotage them, poison their food, burn their arrows. You can then try and report to Captain Robert and try and say like how many enemies there are and how many maybe enemies we need to fight them. And then you can go in and fight with a group of guys, right? Wow. So you don't have to be that guy that tries and kills them all. You can even sit back. You probably shouldn't, but you can sit back and watch these guys fight, and they're still going to fight. So, yeah, I mean,
the video I watched, they were talking about that, how the AI will actually go in and kill everything if you just stand there and watch. Like you can stand back and just kind of see this thing go down.
So you go get
as long
your
as you're
friends.
not getting spotted by somebody, you could hide in a bush and kind of watch the whole attack go down.
And it's funny because it's unpredictable, because maybe one time you guys do really good, and then another time you guys do bad. We, you know, even though there are cutscenes sometimes even in between fights for some reason, whatever, we try to make it very unpredictable. So, like, you could be really good with your sword or really good with a mace or hammer, and all of a sudden some flippin' archer just nails you out of nowhere. Again, this is the fun part of being realistic, is that you have to expect the unexpected.
Yeah.
So that's what's going to make it a lot of fun. Dude, I love it. Like, I was trying to show people, I never get tired of playing the game. So there's the bigger fight in Pribyslavs, man. There's enemy charging, and he gets, you know, and he starts, like, moving because we use that physical collision system. The swords actually cling against each other. If you know, like I said, you know, well, they're not going to go through each other because of the collision system. If someone holds a shield next to you or to their side, and you hit them with, you know, just because they're not holding the shield button to block, you're still going to hit that shield. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? In games, you can have a shield that you're kind of holding on to, but if you don't hold it up like this, you're not defending.
Yeah, you're not defending, right? Yeah.
Shield's here, and you're trying to be realistic. Then if an enemy hit there without you holding it up, they're still going to hit the shield, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, what's going to happen in our game? But what's also cool is you try to go in and you just think you're all so super cool, super macho. So you want to go and try to take on a bunch of guys ahead of your guys, and they're hitting you around like a ping pong, because when you get hit, you're getting physical collision. So you're boom, bam, bam, bam. You know, so that's what's going to be a lot of fun. And then when you unlock perks, man, like you'll do you unlock a perk that's like easier to draw blood, because if people can bleed out, including you. So they're bleeding out, and then when they draw blood, you can unlock another perk, a sadist, that you'll do more strength, or have a more strength bonus, so do more damage if they bleed. That's where you can become like kind of like, I don't want to say super powered, but really powerful at the end, because you got all these perks, and then that same dang farmer that you pissed off in the beginning, that kind of got a lucky blow and killed you, can do the same dang thing at the end, because your health doesn't go up to like plus 1,000. Your health is going to be the same. You're a human.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yep.
Huh.
Dang.
Okay.
Dang, man. This sounds so cool. I want to get a gang of my friends and go down and start a fire and just kill everybody.
Good luck.
Oh, man. So there's another game that came out. I want to say, what was it? This game came out last year in March. It's For Honor, and I played that game myself, and I really liked it. I you know, some people, the combat wasn't for them. And I know lots of people, the combat wasn't for them. They were just like, it's too hard. It's too hard to have to focus on an area and then block a certain way and move the thumbsticks or whatever to focus on a certain area and strike. Is the combat easier than that, or is it more difficult than For Honor?
That'll definitely be to the opinion of the user, because you always get different opinions. But I will say this. One of the things that we did with defending is that, you know, we did think about the idea of where you have to block, right, in the right direction. But, you know, the problem is that can be very difficult to try and predict whether the enemy does. So if the enemy's high up, you might want to swing and do an uppercut, okay? But when you hold the block button, you're going to block. But your stamina will go down, so you have to watch it, right? And, you know, so you have to pay attention to that. But at the same time, you know, like For Honor, you know, there are certain, you do want to, body parts are important. I'll tell you, I was showing off a presentation. This is a little different, but I literally had an arrow go through both of my hands. Couldn't use my hands.
Really? So what do you do? Just drop your sword?
Like, well, really, I mean, you know, you don't necessarily drop weapons. It's just that I wasn't able to, I didn't have it. I don't think I had it equipped at the time, because I think that I was using my bow. I'm trying to even remember what I was actually doing at that moment. I just remember I had 2 arrows in my hands. You can see it. The only way to be able to heal yourself, remember, you got to leave the scene. You got to bandage yourself up, right? Yeah. But in that heat of the moment, all I could do was just start kicking people. You know what I mean?
My hands!
Yeah, because when someone even hits you in your foot, you might be walking gingerly. You won't be able to run. You might be walking slow.
Right.
So that is kind of fun, because when you put all that together, it's, again, I can't stress enough. If you have just somebody some girl, man, she just looks, oh man, this looks great. She buys the game, starts playing it, and we have a tutorial, right? We tell you this is how you do this and that. We have the training. They don't need to know anything about this game, and they can jump into it and play. Because of our codex, we have a great, I don't want to say this massive Wikipedia, but we show you how to do everything because we have a lot of different kind of mini games and even the dice mini game. We show you how to play that. We show you how to.
That actually was cool.
Yeah, Farkle.
Yeah.
And so you could.
I saw a little bit of that.
Yeah, or you could be that 13-year-old kid, man. He goes in the store, he gets the game from Walmart or something, and he starts playing. And he doesn't know anything about history. He doesn't know anything about the combat. Never played For Honor. And he's barely even played a video game, but you know what? He can play it because even though we're not going to hold your hand, anybody can pick up this game. And this will be a great game for first-time role-playing RPGs because you do role-play a lot in this game. Mm-hmm. It's an RPG for a reason.
Oh, man, I'm sold. I'm sold.
Am I pitching it good enough?
Yeah, sold.
Everybody buy it now.
So we were talking earlier about how different armor and stuff affects you. So I want to kind of bring this all together here. The armor, the perks, and gear. What can we expect? I mean, can I deck out my guy, make him look like a total badass? Can I make him look like
Sure.
Can I make him look nice? Can I make him just wear normal clothes? Yep. Is there going to be moments where if I go into, say I want to go into a keep or a certain area of a map or a certain city, that I have to dress a certain way? I have to dress nice to get into the city or something?
Then there might be certain places where you'll need to dress up, or maybe you'll get quests by dressing up a certain way. So it's going to really make you it's going to be so funny, man, when people have the right clothes on, but then maybe it was they got dirty by walking around in the rain because the weather affects things. Weather affects your stealth as well. And just to see how, man, what else do I got to do? But we even have 2 slots in the game for ranks too, for nobility. Okay. So we have 14 different slots for armor. But, if you see our, the video of Minds, Snaps, wow, I can't remember what it's called. Mind, Snaps, and something else. It's our second last gameplay video. It's 16 minutes, and it shows a lot of the different mechanics in the game, and it shows the different, a whole bunch of different types of clothing you can wear. So yeah, you can look like regular town folk. You can look nice. You can look badass, and you can have keep that blood on you. And then soldiers might respect you if you're wearing armor and full plate armor on. So it's a living world, man.
That's so crazy. What I think is nuts is how you're saying how people are going to react to what you're wearing. So, you just scare the hell out of people. Yeah, I look like the Hound from Game of Thrones. You better listen to what I tell you.
For God's sakes, man, clean up yourself. You'll have to go see a tanner to wash your clothes, or maybe you'll find a little bucket of water that'll kind of help you out a little bit, So, yeah. Yep.
Oh, so cool.
So I was kind of wondering how big is the world in comparison to games like Skyrim or Zelda? Is it a massive world like that, or is it a little more linear?
Kingdom Come Deliverance is a massive world in its own right, because if you were to compare, and games are not actually, even though for example our map is 16 kilometers square. Okay. But we also base it on actual how Czech Republic, how Bohemia looks like back then. Right? Doesn't mean we have a one-to-one map because we've had to condense things for a video game. We got to cheat a little bit. You know? But we made it big based on our type of game. So it's, in my opinion, it is a big map. Don't get me wrong. And we even have fast traveling in it because when you can travel on horse, okay, that's cool. And sometimes people may want to travel. For me, I never like fast traveling, not even in Skyrim. That's just me. I like taking my time. But we do have fast travel. It's kind of like Oregon Trail, too. It's kind of fun. But, yeah, it's a big map, but it's not, in comparison to, some of these other games. They might be definitely bigger. But for our world, it's big. Wait and see. And if you've even played the beta, it's only 1/6 of the map of the game. And we've had people that spent over 100 hours in the beta. So,
that's crazy.
The average playthrough will be 50 hours, but honestly, the people who really like to play a lot will easily be able to put in 100 hours, if not more. And then you want to play multiple times too, because you can't. There's no way you're going to be able to do all the different cutscenes. You can't. It's based on the choices you make, right? Yeah, there's one ending, but there's a lot of different ways how you can play it. So maybe you want to play one game, and you want to be a nobleman the whole game, or maybe you want to try and have a balance, because you can have a balance, but people want to play it again because of the different experiences you have, different stories, different fights, whatever. Yep.
Cool.
Nice, nice. So in this open world that you guys have, or this world that you guys have built, is there going to be a lot of loading screens in between sections of the map? So like if I'm want to walk into the city, is there going to be a loading screen there that I have to wait through?
Yeah, so that's a good question. There sometimes might be here and there. We have optimized the game though far. So if you played the beta, especially, hey, some of our backers, we love you. We had extra loading screens. We had, because we never were able to optimize the beta. If we did, we would have had to delay the game again, and we didn't want to. We've already delayed the game a couple times because we really wanted to optimize it. So, like even for example, sleeping, if you skip time, right, and you got to watch because when you skip time, things are still going on. You're not just like literally skipping time. It would take a while to load it. Now it's very quick. It's really kind of cool too because if you try to poison an enemy's food, and you actually see them eat it, they might not get sick right away. So maybe you want to skip an hour or two and see what happens later, and it's quick. So there might be here and there, but oh my goodness, we've come so far. We've come so far. So
cool, great. So you said you mentioned sleeping and skipping time. So say I start a quest and they tell me, hey, meet me at the forest at midnight, and I go to sleep and I skip time all the way till the next morning. What's going to happen to that quest? Could it be that quest just disappeared on me, or what happened?
Whatever happened was going to happen, and it happened. So I'll give you an example. Like Captain Bernard, there's a mission. We talked about this in Gamescom 2017, I think. We showed this to the press, and what I was telling him that. So Captain Bernard says, we need to go to this. We need to go to Neuhoff, and it's a stable. And even horses have been slaughtered. And they're trying to figure out what the heck is going on. So it's important that you report to Captain Bernard. Well, let's say you say, screw you, Captain. And you just want to go and mess around. Just walk, do your own thing.
Yeah.
Well, what's supposed to happen in this quest is that you guys go on horseback and you take about a 5-minute stroll, whatever. And then once you get to the place, you investigate. You talk to the people and say, what's going on? You start to find there's some fishy things, and some people we talk to, you're not, I don't want to try and give stuff away. I mean, we kind of off, but bottom line is then you find who's responsible through investigating, and even something happens with these guys who you find that were involved in this. And I mean, it's funny because we show this off, but I don't want to try and give it away for you guys. But bottom line is, all this investigating and stuff, the soldiers and Captain Bernard will do, and then they'll even find the guys responsible. And then even you might find those guys dead or whatever, and you could have experienced all the investigating, even fighting some of the guys you found responsible, or you could just miss out on the entire thing and it'll all have happened. And then you show up late and it might be a different cutscene. Where the hell are you? We found the guys who were responsible.
You weren't here?
Yeah, so it's all going to go down, man. Wow. Now, to clarify, some people might be asking, well, what about after that? Does it mean that all the other events are going to happen without you? No.
Yeah.
No, because it only it happens when it's triggered. You trigger that quest when it said report to Captain Bernard, okay? After that quest is over, you just want to pay attention to what it tells you next. But when I say what it tells you, it doesn't mean there's a question mark over your head, or we're going to say where to go, because if you were supposed to report to Captain Bernard, you might still need to eventually talk to him, even if you don't report to him right away. You need to pay attention, bottom line.
Okay. Wow.
Cool.
Wow. So let's go on and talk about the world a little bit more. So is this world alive? And I want to say alive in a way where do the NPCs just live their lives? Do they sleep? Do they work? Do they go crazy if you attack them? Or and then
yep.
For example, let's say I go into a town and I start slaughtering people. I kill a bunch of people and I leave, and then I come back like a week later. Like, hey guys, I'm back in your town just hanging out. Are they going to recognize me and be like, hey, you're the guy that attacked everybody last time. Let's get you.
Yeah, they most likely will. It would take longer than that because, we have a system, right? In a bunch of different systems with a CryEngine and our engine, and you can only, how can I say this, have a certain amount of length of time sometimes for things to happen or not happen. But with this, with the real time, is that our in-game time is about 96 minutes is an. Wait a minute, wait 90. I'm trying to think I think it's an hour. I'm trying to remember the exact time I just went over this because I wanted the exact time because so many minutes equals an hour, right?
Yeah,
in our game. But the point is let's say game time, a week goes by, in game time, they're probably still going to remember you. So they're going to want to probably come at you, and some people might want to probably kill you, the guards, whatever. The justice will be served. But, if a long time passes, it could be forgotten about. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But we're not going to necessarily tell you how long that takes, and it depends on how much damage you did. But you can also try and restore reputation over time by, sometimes there's bounties, right? So you can go and stop some bandits that are causing trouble, helping people out, helping the poor, doing quests for people. But some people are not going to want to talk to you. And if you want to go and kill everyone, you got to watch out. Because some NPCs might have some quests, and you kill those NPCs, they could be goodbye for life. So, not necessarily main quests. We're not going to allow you to break the game.
Yeah.
So if that's your next question, no. You can't. You're not going to allow like a major NPC who you could just kill. Because then, can you imagine being like 70 hours into the game because you're playing very thoroughly, you're trying to explore, you're doing all this stuff, and then you kill one guy and you break the game.
Yeah, that would suck.
Yeah, that was...
So this game looks amazing. Like I have to say, it looks beautiful. Very realistic looking. The towns, the people, everything looks really, really nice. So I think me and Jesus are both wondering, is there going to be Xbox One X enhanced or PS4 Pro enhanced versions of this game?
Yeah, no, we've talked about that. On release, it'll be enhanced for both the Pro and the Xbox One X, yes.
What can we expect in terms of resolution and frame rates?
Well, yeah, so, we've talked about this as well, that on base consoles, there's don't get me wrong, base consoles are still going to be great too. Even we had 900p. It's still a very good looking game, especially with the CryEngine. All one has to do is you think about Rise. Son of Rome.
Yeah, that game is good.
That game, I think that was upscaled, so that wasn't even up to 1080p, I don't think.
Yeah, I believe it was 720 upscaled to 900 or something like that.
Yeah. So, it's kind of like when you look at the lens of a camera, or I should say when you talk about megapixels on a phone, well, one's 20, one's 15. It's not just about that number. There's other factors that go into it. So for the phones, it's about the lens of the camera. So with Xbox One X, we said 1440p, and on the PlayStation Pro, 1080. Well, rest assured, when you're playing, you forget. I'm telling you, you forget about it because it looks so gorgeous.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And a platform you're playing, you're like, I am locked in. This game is gorgeous. People are going to be sharing it all the time, screenshots and this and that.
Yeah, I could definitely see myself sharing some moments in that game because I watched a lot of gameplay, and man, those rivers, the grass, the trees, I was like, crap, this game looks fucking real. It looks real. It looks good. Unreal Engine 4 is incredible.
Absolutely. You mentioned the trees and the grass. The vegetation and the trees are actually from the Czech Republic. So just to give you an idea of the immersion in the game.
Nice. Okay, so what kind of frame rates are we expecting? Are we going to be locked at 30, or can we expect 60, somewhere in between?
Well, we talked about 30 frames a second on consoles.
Okay.
And with PC, we're not capping the frames. So
there you go. PC Master Race.
And I assume PC full 4K and
or something
whatnot,
like that.
right? Depending on what your rig can run.
Of course, and if anyone wants to look at the specs or requirements, you can look right on our store page. We have the system requirements and things like that. But
there you go, guys.
GTX 960, okay, and people now think that's lame, and it's still gorgeous. So
incredible. So real quick, any this is a question you might not want to answer, but if I'm going to still ask it, is there any DLC planned for this game? Do you guys plan a season pass, DLC?
Yeah, so the one thing is we won't have microtransactions, but we have a great relationship with Deep Silver, and we'll definitely be discussing some DLC whatever after the game is released.
Awesome, man! I'm so glad you don't have microtransactions, no pay to win stuff there. Oh, those things suck.
It'd be kind of hard to put microtransactions into this game, though. I feel like
I could see
unless
something.
You were like, hey, you have a chest, you need a key to unlock it.
No, or
buy
like
a key for $2.50.
Hey, buy this thing for your horse, or buy this color for your armor.
Yeah, I guess it would be like a cosmetic thing, right?
Well, I mean, the one thing is if you pre-order the game, here's a little plug. If you pre-order the game, you can get some like exclusive armor. And like you can find you'll get like a treasure map and so you can go and try and find the armor, which is kind of cool. But
so you don't just give it to the players; you make them go look for it.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. I like that, man. Yeah, because
Discovery, right?
Make them work for it.
Make them search. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Yeah. Okay.
So, if I wanted to play this game on the go, is there any way that this might be coming to the Nintendo Switch?
Yeah.
Yeah, most likely it won't be coming out for the Switch.
Yeah, I didn't think so. It's a little too graphically intensive, I think. I don't think the Switch would handle it very well.
I mean, believe me, I love the Switch. I have one. I mean, I love playing with my kids for sure. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
The Switch is a good
I love
system.
the Switch
it's fun.
too.
Yeah. I think everybody knows the Switch is not a powerhouse, but everybody loves the Switch because the games they put on there are just fun.
Yeah, what they do with what they have is good, and they do it well. Nintendo's really good at that. So
absolutely.
Okay. So hopefully our friend Jeffrey, he's one of our listeners, he posted in our Facebook group that as a player of The Witcher 3, he wants to be sold on Kingdom Come, and I hope that he got sold on it because, man, this game sounds incredible. It really does. I'm excited to try it. I'm excited to be in this world. I want to be in this world right now.
Well, and like The Witcher, you will play, like you have the main character Geralt, right? So you will play as Henry, son of a blacksmith. And, the story is going to definitely focus around Henry. I know I said the story is bigger than Henry because history will repeat itself, but Henry obviously has a huge part to play. And, with the nice thing is some of these games, they balance each other, right? So we're not, like, trying to be someone else. We're trying to make our game according to what our fans want and what we've always wanted, And we really believe that, people who have played those other games will, who want to try something different, this game is absolutely for you because you will get hints of other games because we do take inspiration from games like The Witcher, Dark Souls, Skyrim. Of course we do. But we make it according to what we want it to, which is based on history and the realism.
So a quick question before we finish this off. Are there going to be any more open betas or closed betas? And if so, is there? Can you let people know on how they can try this game out?
Well, so the beta was available to our backers, and
Right.
then that had stopped, and people who are backers still had access to the beta. But the bottom line is we're so close to release, and our efforts are 100% focused on everything. Because yes, the game has gone gold, but there's still tons of work that's going on. I mean, so it's funny. I am. Eastern Standard Time. I live in upstate New York, and the guys in Czech Republic are you too.
I'm Eastern Standard Time too.
So, the guys are 6 hours ahead of me. So normally, sometimes when I go to bed, they wake up. And a lot of times when I'm working, they're in bed. But lately, I'm working at night, and some of those guys are still up working. They're up 12 hours. So that's all I'm saying is there's only so much time we have, and we're we have a studio of over 100 people, but for the size of the game we have, it's a smaller studio. So the point is that we're focusing all our efforts into the release, and then talk about everything else afterwards. But the beta, there's not going to be another beta or demo.
Okay. So what is the release date for this game?
February 13th, baby. We're 11 days away.
Oh, it's that close. Okay. All right.
Yeah, no joke.
Yeah.
How about that? It's a good time to do a podcast on it.
That's right, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Hopefully this will persuade some of our listeners to buy this game because personally, I'm going to buy it, and I know the game looks incredible. I've seen the gameplay. You're on here talking to me about this. I want to play this, man. I really do. You do a good job at what you do. Oh man. I'm excited.
I mean, when you believe in something, when you're a fan of something, it's not hard for me to talk about this because I really love the game. In fact, the frustrating part on my end and our guys is that we work so hard with everything because managing this and that and the other thing that I actually want to just keep on playing the game itself, and I can't even wait for a release so that it's still going to be really busy. Don't get me wrong. We're going to have a lot of people on our forums and stuff like that and asking questions, but maybe it'll slow down just a little bit so I can get back to playing another this, that, or doing this or that. I can't wait to even myself just keep playing it. I put in hundreds of hours just showing people the game at events and things like that. And I want to do my own little thing,
Congratulations, by the way, on winning PC game at Gamescom, right? You guys won the best PC game?
Of the show. Yeah, some people are like, your game's not out yet, but I'm like, nope, it was just game of the show. We were PC game of the show, and we were very proud of that. Thank you.
Oh,
Nice.
so good.
Very
so
nice.
good, man. That means that we're impressed. And I think a lot of our listeners will be impressed, especially we're going to be playing this on the new consoles. And even for our PC players, because that's going to be incredible on there, I bet.
Yeah.
But I want to thank you for coming on, Rick. I really appreciate you coming on, and I'm glad that you're out here spreading the love for gaming and for your game. I hope it's very successful, and we'll see what happens this year with this release.
Yeah. Again, thanks for doing this with us. Good luck on the launch of the game. I wish you all the best.
Thank you. And if I may, one of the things you guys can do right now is if you check out our Warhorse account, we have a really big contest going on with Alienware, and we're giving away an Alienware Aurora R7 gaming PC with a digital code of Kingdom Come Deliverance, and we're going to announce the winner the day before release.
Nice.
So if you go to Warhorse Studios Twitter account, that's great. If you happen to get the game, even tag me, Rick5292 on Twitter, and let me know. I love it. But we're always here for the fans, and that's what the best part of Kingdom Come Deliverance is our fans. So thanks for your support, everybody. Appreciate it.
Alrighty, man. Thank you. And that's it, guys. That's it. Interview's over. He's gone. He left. And we're back. Thank you for listening to that interview. That was an incredible interview we had with him. I loved it. Ryan, I'm hyped for the game. I don't know about you, man, but I was like intrigued by it a lot.
I'm interested in the game, but the one thing that made me feel a little down about it was that after when we were talking to him, we found out that it's a $60 game.
I'm not worried about that. I think it's adequately
priced. And I know you feel
priced.
like it's worth it, but I'm a little...
There's going to be hundreds of hours of gameplay in this game. I feel like it'll be worth it. I mean, even if I get 60 hours out of it or 30 hours out of the game, I will still be happy with that purchase, man. There's plenty of games that I bought for $60 that I don't even play for 2 hours. So I think it'll be worth it.
Like
for me.
Overwatch.
No. Okay. I played Overwatch way more than 2 hours. But yeah, go check that out, guys. The game does come out on February 13th, right?
Yeah, I didn't realize it was coming out that soon.
Very soon. Yeah. He said he's doing a bunch of podcasts. He's like, I'm doing a podcast every day.
Like, making the rounds.
Yeah, so go check it out.
Thanks for coming on the show and doing that with us. Yeah. It was awesome.
Rick, our friend Rick, he said he's going to come on later on to talk with us about the game once we get to play it a bit. And because he's played a lot of it. Obviously, he knows all the ins and outs of the game because he works for the dev team. So,
yeah. I can remember I saw Rick like over a year ago talking. I went to the website.
Yeah.
And I get an email every week from them.
Yeah, he actually flew with them to Gamescom last year. He flew to E3 last year. He flies to Europe all the time and talk with the dev team, and then he flies back. He must be a busy guy. It's crazy. Yeah. But guys, let's move on to news now and cover some news real quick. So big news here this week. Microsoft news. Reportedly, Microsoft is considering into buying EA, PubG Corp, and Valve. What do you guys?
Can you imagine? Can you imagine if they bought all three of those?
That'd be wild. Okay, I don't see them being able to buy. I don't see them being able to buy out EA, even though EA would be the most valuable acquisition out of all these. I think. Maybe besides Valve, EA would be the most valuable one. But I just don't see it happening because EA is so big, and I think their vision is a little bit different from Microsoft's. Maybe not so different because Microsoft is pushing games as a service, but...
I mean, EA and Microsoft have always kind of had a really close relationship, so...
Yeah. Well, because of the CEO. Not the CEO. The guy, he was one of the head people at Xbox. I can't think of his name. And then he went on to be like the president of sports games at EA. You know who I'm talking about? I think that's why they've always had that close relationship.
I don't remember. I can't recall who you're talking about, but okay.
Well, like even when you think back to like Mass Effect 1 was an EA Xbox exclusive.
Yeah,
right? It
because of
wasn't
that.
on PlayStation.
That guy.
So I mean, like, there's been a lot of things that EA has done, and think about EA Access. It's only on Xbox, and well, not including PC, obviously, but console wise, it's only on Xbox.
Yeah.
Microsoft.
There's always been this relationship with EA, so I could really see that being the one thing out of all this that they actually could do. I feel like it would be a profitable thing. They need to turn things around at EA right now. So that might be a reason why maybe they join together somehow. But I mean, I also don't see it being, well, now everything's exclusive to Xbox.
They won't.
Like, that's not going to happen. That doesn't make any sense. And when you think about Microsoft in the past, things that are on other consoles have stayed on other consoles. They bought Minecraft, and that they didn't rip it down from the PlayStation Network, and you know what I mean? It wouldn't make any sense to do that.
And they even got it on the Switch now, so yeah, they work with
it's
other
on
teams.
every platform, that it's everywhere. And I don't think they would, try and close up. Maybe they would do certain things with EA, like have exclusive games that EA builds for them. But, I don't see them specifically taking things down or moving things around. Now, PubG, I don't think they should buy PubG Corp. I don't think it's a great idea. It's a good idea now, but I don't think it's going to be a future thing. What's the next game that PubG Corp is going to build? You know what I mean?
PUBG 2, man. Come on.
Yeah.
No.
I don't know. I just
See
don't.
more maps.
Maybe I'm
player
wrong.
known
Maybe
Battleground.
PUBG's the next Minecraft. You know what I mean? Who knows?
It'll just be played forever. It could be because it's just an easy game to pick up and play and not play it for 3 years and then come back and play it.
And then come back, yeah. And then there's Valve. I mean, Valve. What I want to know is if they're talking about buying out Valve, are they talking about buying out Valve as a whole or Valve as a developer? I mean, like, are they buying out Valve and Steam and everything that comes with it, or are they just looking at a development team so they might have an exclusive Half-Life 3 or Portal 3?
That'll be big, dude. Even if they just did that, imagine how many people would buy an Xbox just to play those games.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
But
that
the
would
biggest
be like
problem
one of the best moves they would ever make, I think. To buy Valve.
But the biggest problem with that is they don't have a good relationship. They never have. They've always butted heads. It's not a good relationship between Valve and Microsoft. So,
well,
I mean,
even EA.
You look at even Gabe. Gabe was like, I don't want to build on Windows platforms, so all the Steam boxes are Linux, and that's what fucked them. You know what I mean? That's what totally screwed Steam. And it's all because Gabe has this hate on for Microsoft, so he doesn't want to work with them. So I really don't see them buying Valve, but holy crap if they did. Man.
Well, hey, money
Even
talks,
if they didn't buy them, even if they just
That's true.
secured, even if they just secured exclusives like Half-Life 3 or Left 4 Dead 3, games like that, or Portal 3, they would just clean house, I think, with those games, dude.
Left 4 Dead was an exclusive to Xbox, wasn't it?
360.
The first one. Yeah.
So I think having those games as exclusives would be incredible.
I could see, I think Microsoft, I could see them buying the EA, buying a lot of that game library. That would be good for them. I don't know about exclusively, but
they would buy big exclusives. I mean, a big exclusive for them would be Anthem. If they buy out EA and they put Anthem only on Xbox, that'd be big. And there's plenty of other games EA makes too. There's so many games EA makes.
Yep.
So many games. So many games that you haven't made in years that they can bring back easily. Yeah. And that's something that Microsoft could be interested in. They're not interested in EA as just sports games. They're interested in everything about EA. And that's a big one.
and I've seen even comments where people have said, "Well, do you think they would do like a FIFA Madden thing exclusively for Xbox?" And I think, "Oh hell no! Why would any company want to just say I want to make less money?" That would be
that would be stupid. That'd be stupid. That'd be losing $500 million, if not more. From the people that buy microtransactions on PlayStation. Sense. So they would easily keep that on all platforms. As far as PUBG goes, it might be that they lock it down as an exclusive title It may be
Yeah.
that they just pay out to get the exclusive title, but like you said, Ryan, I don't think they're going to buy out PubG Corp or whatever, the developer, just because they only have one game. And yeah, the game's successful and it's one of the most played games now in the world, but when does that hype die off?
Right.
Are they making?
I think it's already starting to, kind of.
Is it? Are they? What do you call it? Just. Are they talking about even? Is making the PS4 version of PUBG, is that in the works already?
Well, they
Or
said
is
that
not
their
even on the
first,
I think
table?
so.
PUBG has come out and said they're first working on perfecting the Xbox One version, getting that one down. Once they get that down, they're gonna, because pretty much the Xbox One and the PS4 kind of have the same architecture. They're pretty much similar in terms of specs or whatever, hardware. And they said once they get it down on the Xbox, they're gonna just try to port it over, like make it work on the PlayStation systems, because they're going to just have it figured out, how to program it and just transfer it over. But like I said, I think what Microsoft could do there is just lock it down as an exclusive title for life and just come out and say like, oh yeah, look, we thought about this and we're going to buy PUBG for like exclusive rights and it's only going to be on Xbox. Sorry, PlayStation players.
Well, I mean, it's already been out on PC, so it'll just be not a PlayStation game.
Yeah,
Right.
You're not a Switch or PlayStation game. You can only
Yeah.
play it on Xbox, on consoles, or a PC. But EA would be fucking huge for them. It'd be fucking nuts.
Let's all
Yeah.
keep in mind, too, that this is just rumors.
Yeah, I don't.
Right. It's all rumor mill stuff. I think news
Yeah.
was slow this last week, and do they just these analysts just want to
Because
pick Microsoft
here's-
because they see how much money they have?
Well, everybody's saying what Microsoft
What you
has
should do
done
with it.
right. Microsoft has released a new console, and they're touting this as the most powerful console in the world. But the problem is, they don't have the games to push you to buy the console, right? I have listened to plenty of
True.
people tell me that, yeah, I'm interested in the Xbox One, but I play my PlayStation more. I like my PlayStation games. That's why I'm not buying an Xbox One X, because I could play all the exclusives that I want to on the PC, and I have a PS4. That's all I need. And that's something that Xbox needs to figure out, because what the fuck are they doing? All their games that they release exclusively on the Xbox are coming out on the Windows 10 store. So if you have pretty much right now, you have a PC for gaming and a PS4, you're good. You really are. And that's the truth.
So I have a question for you guys. If they were
console
to buy,
gamers.
let's say if they did buy EA, right, and they kept all these things multi-platform, like they are now, with kind of like how Origins works and how EA publishes games for all these systems.
Yeah.
I mean, do you think it would be beneficial for Microsoft to, going forward, to maybe keep that like a separate property?
I think
a Microsoft company, you know what I mean? And then maybe make some exclusive EA type stuff in their library for the Xbox.
Well, yeah, that's exactly what they're going to do. They're not going to buy out fucking EA and say, oh, yeah, now moving forward, Madden and FIFA are only on Xbox. Sorry.
It's just silly.
They're stupid. That's stupid. That's
And I think
not
things
money
like
making.
like EA Access would probably roll into games with gold.
It would all kind of
Game
go into
Pass.
that mesh.
I think it would roll into like Game Pass. You know what I mean? They would try and they would probably make that a part of Game Pass and have all the EA games in there as well. That's what I'm assuming they would do. And that's kind of why I think if they do buy anything out of that, EA would be a smart move, because there's such a huge library that they could throw all those games into the Game Pass, which is what they're really going to try and push in the next little while.
Can you imagine
you know,
if they came out and said, like, Mass Effect 4, get it first on Game Pass, or get it on Game Pass day one, pay us $10 or pay us $12 or whatever the fuck they're going to charge.
Or even continue to do exactly what EA Access does and still give you, a 10-hour trial. Hey, check this brand new game
discount,
that we're
yeah.
releasing. You get it for 10 hours, you can play it, or play it early or whatever.
And EA is
you
a
know.
perfect company for them to acquire, because they push a lot of multiplayer games, and Xbox is a multiplayer heavy console. Like, most people on Xbox play multiplayer. Like, imagine Battlefield, the next Battlefield game being an Xbox game that comes out, and it's you pay $10 for the Game Pass and you get Battlefield day one.
Yeah.
Boom. So many players would flock to that, dude.
right.
It'd be a smart move for them, but we don't know what's going to happen. Of course, Microsoft hasn't said anything. EA hasn't said anything. PUBG hasn't said anything.
The next thing that's in the news is what Microsoft came out with a couple of days after these rumors came out. They acquired PlayFab, which I'm not really sure. Did you get this link, Jesus?
No.
It's the next article.
Okay. But it's not opening up for me though, so.
Yeah, it's not for me either. That's weird.
That's so weird. So, yeah, PlayFab.
But
the fuck is PlayFab?
PlayFab is like it's. I think they're going to use these guys for their cloud stuff. They're a cloud-based company, and Microsoft apparently acquired them. So I don't know if this was maybe where these rumors came from, and then Microsoft didn't really say anything about it, and then they were like, "Hey, we acquired this company." Haha. Not quite what the rumors were saying, but here's what we did.
Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, we'll see what happens this year, because I personally think that this year at E3, Microsoft needs to push a lot of fucking games. They just need to come out and be like,
They do.
boom, this game's coming out. Boom, we got this working. This is in the works. And look, there's a trailer for fucking the next Halo. Here's a trailer for more stuff over here. Here's a trailer for this other thing you haven't heard of in years, and we're bringing it because we're
It's
Xbox.
a Halo year. We got to get
something,
also,
man. Fuck.
And they need to get more Halo stuff out there. I think they're just so damn quiet on the Halo front.
Yeah.
Way too quiet. So they need to get it out and get everyone hyped.
Yeah, they need a game.
Right? They're just so quiet. Like, here it is, Halo 6.
We have the
7,
most powerful
whatever.
console, but what games? We have games, maybe? I don't know. Yeah.
Well, there's stuff coming, and I'm sure they're going to announce some stuff at E3. I mean, the 3 games that are coming aren't enough. So I'm hoping we're going to hear about maybe Gears or Halo, or
We're going to see all that gameplay,
and a
of
couple of
course.
other things. Hopefully, at E3 that'll be like the fall releases, because we kind of know what's coming soon, right?
Yeah.
What's coming in the next few months, but we don't know much about the fall. For exclusives, anyways.
Hopefully they bring the hype, though. That's all I'm saying. But guys, move on here to other news. Apparently a Michigan-based company who, they pretty much, what they do is they coat guns. They paint guns, pretty much, for different camos and stuff. Anyways, they released a picture on their on their Facebook account, on their Facebook page, showing off a Desert Eagle, a pistol, that looks like a Nintendo Zapper. And the company's called Blown at Deadline. And these guys said that shortly after they released this picture, like, the gun looks like a Zapper. It looks like the old Zapper, you had Duck Hunt. It looks really cool. Actually, I like the way it looks. Nintendo,
Yeah, I kind of like that too.
Oh, I see it now.
Nintendo sent them a letter. And Nintendo actually had Facebook take down the picture, infringing on trademarks. Nintendo sent them a letter from their lawyers. Actually posted the letter here, and it says, we represent Nintendo of America, an intellectual property, and pretty much the Zapper is a trademark of Nintendo and is Nintendo property.
Yeah, and they have every right to do that.
Yeah.
And
Nintendo, you know them, so they will sue
the whole trying to aim at kids and then having guns, it's not a good mix.
Yeah,
So I can totally see Nintendo having something against this.
Yeah, so they straight up said, like, take that shit down and don't sell that fucking camo anymore.
I wonder if anyone bought it. Can you imagine if someone bought one and got one,
Yes,
and it's like the only one out
eBay.
there, how much that shit would be worth?
Yeah.
Oh, man, you could put that thing on eBay for like $1 million and someone would buy it.
Right.
Oh, man. But in other news, EA news, guys. So EA pretty much last week came out and said that Anthem was getting delayed into 2019. But
Boo.
their
It's gonna be
electronics,
better now.
the EA finance chief, Blake Jorgensen, came out and said it's not a delay, but we're not releasing it this year. But it's not a delay. Don't
What?
call it a delay, but we're not coming out this year.
Then why the hell
Sounds like
did you
a
announce
delay
it?
to me.
Yeah. Sounds like the game will not be ready on the original date. So it's delayed till 2019.
Yeah.
All right.
Stupid.
So pretty much they
Call it a
said
delay.
he's
Get
like,
out of here.
He's like, don't call it a delay. It's not a delay, guys. It's
got to be kidding me.
something. They said a part of the reason they moved Anthem into March of next year or early next year was because they have a new Battlefield game coming out in October of this year. So
so they're just pushing it to not.
they're saying
compete.
to not compete with each other, right? Like they probably learned that shit from Titanfall or something. You know what I mean? They learned that from Titanfall too, from releasing a week apart from each other. They were like, oh, maybe we shouldn't release 2 shooter games like within a week of each other. We maybe should push this out a bit. So yeah, not a delay, guys. Not a fucking delay. Okay.
Not a delay. It's a postponement.
Oh gosh.
Guys,
You gotta
It's like
break
a
out
turd
the
that has
sad
a turd.
violins, guys. Break out the sad violins.
Kaz Hirai will leave his role as president and CEO of Sony on April 1st. And so Kenichiro Yoshida, currently the executive deputy president and chief financial officer, will be his replacement at the moment, guys, for now. But yeah, Hirai is leaving the company, man. He's like, I'm done with this shit. I don't want to work anymore. I have millions of dollars. I'm going to go live my life somewhere. Be happy.
Goodbye, Hirai.
I'd do the same thing if I was him. Peace out. I'm done.
Yeah, I mean, he's been serving as the president and CEO at Sony since 2012 when he took over from Howard Stringer, and but he's been working for Sony since 1984. Fuck. Wow. No, since 1995, and he was working for Sony before that, but it was CBS/Sony that he was working for, kind of like a music thing that they were doing, and then he went to the Sony Computer Entertainment America in 1995. So, and then in 2006, he took over their video game business worldwide. And in 2012, he became the CEO and president. But yeah. So,
Crazy.
peace out, guy. Peace out.
Happy retirement.
Enjoy life. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go do something with yourself. And more news. Epic is shutting down Paragon in April.
What? Goodbye, Paragon. Evan, you said you played this. Is this the... What game was this? I don't even remember. It was obviously not very...
It's just like...
It's a MOBA, isn't it?
Oh,
yeah, it's just a MOBA.
I watched a little bit on Twitch, and I think I'd rather watch paint dry on a wall. So
yeah, pretty much.
Good for them for shutting it down.
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty... There wasn't anything special about it. I remember... it was a few years ago. I remember when they first announced it. I don't think Epic had made a game in a while, or something. Something got me kind of excited about it, and I was like, "Oh, cool!" And then I saw it was a MOBA, and I was like, "Oh, okay." And then I kind of just, I lost interest after that. Like, I'm not too huge on MOBA, so I mean, nothing. Why does it say that they're stopping?
It says here,
Because
quote,
it's not popular?
It says here, after careful consideration and many difficult internal debates, we feel that there isn't a clear path for us to grow Paragon into a MOBA that retains enough players to be sustainable. It says, we didn't execute well enough to deliver on the promise of Paragon. We have failed you, despite the team's incredibly hard work, and we're sorry. They said they're going to be offering a full refund to every Paragon player on the PS4 and the PC that has made a purchase on the game. But you got to link your accounts to the Epic website. If you don't link your accounts, you cannot get a refund. So make sure you get that done before April. And they said until April, the game will continue to operate until April 26th. But until then, matchmaking times and quality will continue to degrade until it no longer works.
Wow.
So pretty much said they're not even gonna fucking care. They're like, yeah, we don't even care. We're not even looking at that shit. Like, we're making enough money.
We gave up on it, yeah.
We're making enough money over here with this other little game called Fortnite. We don't need to fucking worry about this other shit.
Didn't they announced like 45 million players or something like that?
Yeah,
What?
Fortnite, yeah, it's nuts.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. of
Crazy,
course.
man.
But yeah, Paragon. Sorry to the Paragon players out there that really like this game.
Yeah, watching that on Twitch, I was like, oh, this looks terrible. Looks boring.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was boring. I think I played the beta of it, and I no interest at all. So I was like, whatever.
In other news, UNICEF has launched a new fundraising project in the same vein as SETI at Home and Einstein at Home, but with cryptocurrency. Apparently, in a war-torn Syria, they're trying to raise money to help the kids in that country, in Syria. And what they're asking is for you to go to the UNICEF website. If you have a gaming PC, go to their website. You put in there what kind of specs you have on your PC, what kind of video card you have on. You have a 1080i or 1080 Ti or whatever the fuck. And you put your specs into the website. You fill out your information. You agree to the terms and conditions. And they're going to use your PC to fucking Bitcoin mine to raise money to help kids in Syria.
That's good.
They said that,
what you do is you put their account, you copy paste their account.
Yeah, their software.
Computer.
Yeah. They let you. They give you the software, the right software for the type of graphics card you have and all that to download onto your computer. They said that when the thing is running, it's at a set time. So like maybe it needs to mine off of your computer for 2 hours. So it'll tell you on there like leave your computer on for 2 hours, and then once they're done, they're done. They said. But they're trying to do this to raise money, so they're trying to get as many people as possible to sign up for this. So if you have a gaming PC, if you want to help somebody, this is a good way to help them. They said it doesn't affect your PC in a term of power usage. Like it's not going to like melt your PC because it's going to use more power than it needs to. It says the current power your PC uses, it'll continue to use that much power, whatever, all that. But yeah, they said that.
It's just as if you were to normally Bitcoin, it's the same. So they claim.
Yeah, so they're saying that most of their
That's
people
cool.
that donate to UNICEF are over 50 years old. And they're doing this in an effort to try to get younger people to donate to UNICEF. But since they don't want to donate money, how about let us use your computers to Bitcoin mine?
It's a good plan, I think, to
It's interesting,
do that.
yeah.
For those that just don't want to log in and use their PayPal account to, let's say, give.
Well,
that
and you don't
UNICEF,
have to,
so-
and you don't have to pay anything. They're just using your computer to try and mine bitcoins, which,
I'm still
That's cool
confused
if
how
you
this
get-
works, though.
well, because even like right now, they say if you're gonna Bitcoin mine, you should do it in groups. Like you're not gonna make anything Bitcoin mining by yourself, right? So these people, what UNICEF is pretty much trying to do is like, let's make a huge Bitcoin mining pool, and give it all to charity, hopefully. But I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like fuck, like you're kind of getting screwed if you're not getting anything out of this.
No, you're not. No.
It's
Yeah.
all, but well, I mean, you are
It's for charity.
You're giving to a charity that is hopefully gonna do what they say they're gonna do, but
Yeah. They're saying
UNICEF is a non-profit, anyways, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
So do you just install like a program or something?
Yeah, you go to the UNICEF website, you fill out your information, you tell them what kind of computer you have, what your specs are. I'm pretty sure you let them scan your computer to like check your specs or whatever. Then they bust out a software for you. And it says click download, and you click to download, and then you run it, and it pretty much Bitcoin mines while your computer is on for a certain amount of time, and then it's done.
So like you might set between the hours of 3 a.m. and 6 a.m.
They'll ask you, like, when do you want us to Bitmine or Bitcoin mine? You'd be like, I want you to Bitcoin mine from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. Okay, we'll start at 10 p.m. Just make sure you have your computer on and running this software or whatever. We'll just do our thing. You just live your life. That's it.
So when are we having a Bitcoin mining service?
Horrible gamers.
Let's do this. Let's get all our PC gamers together.
To
We'll all Bitcoin mine.
There you go. This
We'll
is
become millionaires,
new
guys.
future of gaming, Bitcoin mining, Bitcoin mine crowdfunding.
You could take horriblegamers.com and copy paste that into your. We're just going to take it for just an hour a day.
just box up your PC, send it to us,
There
and
you
then we'll do all the work for you.
There you go.
No, just send us all your video cards.
We're just going to rip out ADTI, send you back a.
Just rip them out and send them to us.
Yeah.
We'll put them in Bitcoin machines and.
I think that's
make
I think it's a great idea though. These guys,
Yeah. It's interesting, yeah.
It's cool. And it's a cool effort that they're trying to help those kids in Syria because Syria is fucked. They're dropping gas bombs over there. It's horrible, dude. The things those people are going through.
Yeah, she's not good over there.
Yeah. And I know we have downloads in Syria. That is wild.
Yeah, you said that to me the other day, and I was like, holy.
We have downloads.
Thank you, Syrian listeners.
We have downloads in Syria. So whoever is out there right now in Syria, in a war-torn country, listening to us, shout out to you, man. That is crazy. In other news, the teenage girl who stabbed her friend because Slender Man, she wanted to go see Slender Man in the Slender Man world.
I remember this.
She's been sentenced. She was sentenced to 40 years in a state mental health facility in Wisconsin. She is 15 years old now. When this happened, she was 12. But yeah, her and her friends, well, it was her friend, and another friend, they all went out to the woods, and one of her friends had planned to stab one of the other girl and kill her so they can meet Slender Man and go to his world and live with him. So they stabbed her 19 times, left her to die. She managed to crawl out of the woods while being stabbed, like bleeding out. She crawled out. Some dude so happened to just ride his bike through the woods that day, saw her, called the cops. They saved her life. And, wow. Just wow.
I don't understand how this the victim was able to crawl out of the woods.
She had balls, man.
Yeah,
survival
insane,
instinct kicked in, dude. That's all I could say. It's like when you're full of adrenaline, man, the shit you can do is wild. And I'm sure she was full of adrenaline or something, that she was like, I need to live. I need to get the fuck out of here. And she managed to do it. But apparently, the girl who stabbed her, Morgan Geyser, who's 15 years old, she pleaded guilty in attempted murder. But since part of her deal was if she was to plead guilty, the state would say she's too crazy to go to prison. So she's going to instead go to 40 years to a mental health facility and hopefully get rehabilitated before she gets out. Well, yeah. So 40 years from now, she'll be released. And her other friend that was with her that stabbed the girl as well, she actually, I think she pleaded guilty, but she wasn't crazy, so they sent her to prison. But yeah.
In cold blood, yeah. As she should spend the long time in prison.
Yeah, this girl was diagnosed with schizophrenia, early onset schizophrenia. So there's that news. There's an update on that one, guys. That is wild.
I need some of that adrenaline for PubG.
You do. In other news, let's talk about Counter-Strike. Counter-Strike co-creator has been arrested for sexual exploitation of a child. Pretty much this means he had content that showed sexual exploitation of a child, child pornography. He was arrested the other day, and he was booked in Seattle jail. He was denied bail. They said, this guy has too much money. We can't set a bail amount because he will just bail himself out. So he was denied bail. And as of then, Valve has said that they had suspended him. And they're trying to learn what happened.
Yeah.
Just Cliff.
People are stupid, man. People
36 years old.
I don't understand people sometimes.
Yeah. I don't know how that's going to affect the Counter-Strike community. I don't know if it will at all, but there's that news.
I doubt it.
I don't think it will. I mean,
how big is this news really? Think about all the people that won't even. I don't know. I don't think it'll affect it at all.
People that are into Counter-Strike will be looking at Counter-Strike news and see this. So, it'll get around that community anyways.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Those when they do those tournaments and stuff, those are pretty huge. I even watch those on Twitch, not all the time, but man, they get a lot of viewers. It's crazy. They run those for a couple days.
They're doing one this weekend, actually. But yeah.
Yeah, they're always having them.
It's a big game. But yes, in Red Dead news, Red Dead Redemption 2 is now coming out on October 26, 2018. Rockstar released a statement saying that even though they're kind of disappointed to have to push the game back a little bit, they need to do it because they need to improve the game and enhance it a bit, they said. So now the new release date will be October 26, 2018, which is a good thing, I think.
What was the original release date?
March.
How far?
Spring or something.
Like
Just spring.
March something or spring 2018.
So it's not a
Yeah.
delay though, huh? No delay?
Oh,
Not a delay.
Just a postponement?
All right.
no, Rockstar called it a
Rockstar, we
delay.
got to say they're top notch, but do you think it's really going to be pushed back to October 26th? I think it should stay where it's at, and everybody else should just get the hell out of the way with any other larger AAA
I
releases.
think now people that are releasing in November are shitting themselves because they're like, oh fuck, Rockstar decided to move their game to
No.
the fall. That's scary for them because Rockstar will fucking
End of November.
dominate. They will dominate the fucking gaming scene for all of November because that's all everybody's
Yes.
going to be playing. I
Or
know.
you...
That's
what?
all I'm going to play. What the fuck
Dude.
else am I going to play? I want to play Red Dead all November long.
Yeah. I remember. I think you guys played that for 2 months solid when that first Red Dead came out.
More than that.
Yeah, I
was-
played it for a long time.
Yeah,
That was the bee's knees. Red Dead? Man,
Right.
that was...
That's all TXL talked about. Horrible Gamers with a Z talked about.
Yeah.
The game was shizzle.
So
GTA
you think
5 too, man.
they put out all these, these are all new screenshots, right?
Yeah, they look cool, man.
Just to give us a little something to suck on till...
Yeah.
Okay, you think... I don't know. Do you think they're actually just... I don't know, because I thought it was pretty close, right? They're pretty close.
Well,
to
yeah,
being
it's
done.
pretty close. Yeah, but I mean, they might have to update their microtransactions or something. Maybe their loot boxes. They gotta get rid of them.
It's you think they're just trying to just milk out a little bit more of GTA Online? Because once this comes out,
Oh,
what do you
true,
think that's
true.
gonna do to? Because what do you think that's
Well-
gonna do to the whole GTA scene? Like,
GTA Online will continue going. These are two completely different games, and each of them has their own setting, right? Like if you're into GTA 5, you like it because you like the city, you like the cars. You've invested so much time into that world that when this comes out, you may not even want to get Red Dead.
But
You
does it
continue
even
playing
does it
GTA
even
5.
does it even matter? Because I mean, like GTA Online might take a dip when Red Dead comes out. Like I'm sure there's gonna be a dip for them, but people will come back to it.
Oh, they
There's a
will.
lot, you know what I mean? They're very similar games, so you're still gonna have fun in Red Dead. It's just gonna be in a different setting, you know?
But Red
So-
Dead is completely different from GTA 5. It
I don't
is.
think so.
It is. There's no fucking cars in
There's
Red
no
Dead.
airplane.
No, I
There's
get that.
airplanes.
Of course.
There's
that's
no
what I'm saying.
hacker. There's no hacker DLC that they can
That's
release.
what I'm saying. It's
Doomsday.
in a Western setting.
Yeah, but that's
instead
why,
of in a
and
city.
that's why I'm saying the GTA 5 players that play GTA 5 online are not going to leave GTA 5 online to play this because they've
think they will.
invested so much fucking time in GTA 5 online that they're going to sit there and think, "Fuck, should I leave my crazy ass thing that I built here to go there?" No, they won't.
But my point is that it's not going to matter anyways because GTA has made so much money for Rockstar. If everybody fucking left GTA Online and went to play fucking Red Dead 2, they're still playing a Rockstar game, so they're still
No, they're not gonna
making
give a
money.
shit. Yeah, they're
so
making
what does it
money.
matter? You know what I mean? Like they've just moved on to
But
something
I just
else.
think it's going to happen like that. I think people will still continue to play GTA. I think the GTA Online world will still be very much alive.
Oh, I think there will be people in there, but I think they're going to definitely take a dip when Red Dead comes out because a lot of those people are going to be like, hey, similar game, different settings, thing new, even if they just play it for a little bit and then come back to GTA. You know what I mean? Like, I think that'll happen when Red Dead releases finally.
And just remind me what as far as Red Dead 2 Online, what have they said about that?
They're working on it.
Nothing yet.
Yeah, there's not.
I mean, as far
there's not-
as
hasn't been much
yeah.
yet. I'm sure
I
it's
already
going to
called
happen.
it. I called it last year. I'm like, it's going to happen. It's going to be a thing. It's going to be huge.
Huge.
They're going to have an online deal for sure.
Huge.
Yeah.
Or that, online open world setting.
So you think it'll probably be the same thing how GTA happened, where they had GTA come out, and then they released the online for it. Like, I don't know how long it was after that.
Yeah, but that was all like they announced it prior to. But yeah, I think they will do something like that. Or who knows? Maybe they'll just surprise us and say, "Hey, here's Red Dead 2," and then boom, all of a sudden we've got this online world. Just blow everybody's mind. Yeah,
Yeah, we'll see.
but I don't know. That wouldn't be Rockstar's MO though.
In
They
other
give it to us
news,
ahead of time.
Mario Kart Tour is coming to the Android and iOS platforms by next year. Nintendo says they're working on a Mario Kart game for both the iOS store and
Cool.
the Android Google Play Store for your phones, guys.
Right.
I mean, that seems like a cool idea.
That would be the biggest selling
I could
game
see Mario
ever.
Kart on a phone.
Easily.
You know what I mean?
I like Mario Kart.
It'll work. It'll work well.
Fucking nuts. It's nuts.
And what was because what was that one thing that one Mario game that came out on
Mario Run.
Oh yeah. Didn't that did really well, didn't it?
It did.
Well, it did, and then it dropped right off. But yeah, like it did all right for them, I think.
Yeah.
And I mean, Mario Kart, it'll work well on a phone, I think. So that's cool. Yeah, something really cool is next summer. There's a Mario Kart go-kart track opening in Niagara Falls. So I'm hoping to go check that out.
It's actually a Nintendo license, like you get it.
I think so.
Okay. You're gonna
'Cause
dress up
they're
as Mario.
advertising it as a Mario Kart go-kart track.
Yeah. But
So
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
guys,
should be fun.
let's go on here. Talk about a few more stories in the news. Far Cry 5 Season Pass has been detailed. And guys, Far Cry 3 Classic Edition will be included in the Season Pass. So Far Cry 5 Season Pass includes 3 new adventures that transport you to 3 distinct locations, guys. So in one of the DLCs, you're going to get to go to Vietnam, where you battle the Viet Cong in Hours of Darkness DLC. That's followed by the Dead Living Zombies DLC. You play against zombie hordes in a variety of B-movie scenarios, and finally you get to fight people in Lost on Mars DLC, where you'll get to go and battle big ass spiders in space, Mars.
Wait, what?
Where's the trapped on an island with 100 people DLC?
No, that's not coming. Far Cry 3, though, will also be included with the Season Pass. So that means that right now you go and pre-order Far Cry 5 Season Pass Edition, or whatever the hell it's called.
Huh.
You actually get a copy of Far Cry 3 before it comes out. Like before the game is out or whatever. You get a copy. So now you can start off by playing Far Cry 3 before you get into Far Cry 5. If you haven't played Far Cry 3, guys, it's fucking awesome. That game is so fucking good. Like, you think the game is going to end because the map is, like, done. You're like, I've done everything here. And you kill the bad guy. And then more game. It's so fucking good.
Spoiler. Now I can't play it.
Play it, dude. No, play it, man. That game is so good.
It's
My
spoiled.
fucking
I think
God.
I like the story in Far
Spoiled.
Cry 3 better than 4. A little bit more. Well, yeah.
I never really got into in Far Cry 4. I beat it only because I waited around for 15 minutes while the guy went to go do his thing and he came back. And then he took me to the end of the game. He took me in the helicopter to visit the grave and he was like, oh yeah. And then you left the game and the game's over.
And then you never played anymore of it?
No, never.
You just did that?
I did that.
Oh my
I think I just let him escape or leave in the helicopter.
That's all I did, man. What the fuck you want me to do? All I needed to go there was to visit my mom's grave or something like that is what the story was about, right? You had to visit her grave or some shit?
No, I thought I don't know, he was talking about your mom.
Yeah, you go in there to visit your mom's grave, and all of a sudden, like, if you leave the room, you get sucked into, like, helping the rebels. I don't want to help them. I just want to go there, do my thing, and leave. And that's how I played for.
I think I reloaded the game and then blew up the helicopter. I was like, fuck you, die.
I need to play that game. Speaking of, I should go back and play that now. After I play Overwatch.
Yeah, I'm never going to play it then.
Yeah, the grenade launcher is the best.
I always get
weapon in that game.
I get Far Cry and Just Cause. I get those two series mixed up all the time.
I could see that. But Just Cause is not as good as Far Cry, I think.
Oh, well, hey. That's one of my favorite
Just Cause
open
fucking
world
sucked,
games.
dude. Just Cause 3 was shitty.
Shut up! Just Cause 2 is the best game ever made.
Oh,
Gunny, I'm sorry, but I agree with Jesus. I think that game is terrible.
Far Cry is so much better. Far
Okay,
Cry,
Just Cause 3 was kind of just meh.
it was lame. Like, oh, jump out of a helicopter and use your little paraglider bullshit. Like, dude, Far Cry 3 is like, get fucking high while you're using the flamethrower to fucking burn down a weed field. And you're high and the screen is turning purple and you're seeing shit and then all of a sudden
Skrillex is playing in the background.
Fucking Skrillex starts playing and a helicopter comes in, starts shooting at you and there's fucking smoke everywhere and
But you have
then
a
you're
grappling
tripping
hook.
out.
Do you have a grappling hook and is your name Rico? No.
No, my name is, I don't care what my name is. I don't even know what the name is of the guy in Far Cry. Because it doesn't fucking matter because the game is fun.
Can you grapple up to helicopters?
No.
Fucking punch the pilot
But
in the face
can you
and
kill
pull him out?
can you kill a tiger in Just Cause 3?
If they had tigers, you could.
Can you kill a tiger? Can you kill a tiger? So I need to know.
There's no tigers in Far
Can
Cry.
I kill a tiger and then rip its skin off and make a new pouch? Huh?
Crafting. We don't need crafting in in Just Cause.
Okay.
No crafting. Just get a gun and fucking destroy stuff.
Yeah, I have guns too, and in Far Cry. I mean, Far Cry, I have lots of guns. The guns.
Okay, what about Far Cry versus Just Cause versus Saints Row?
Ooh.
Far Cry still. Saints Row is okay. Saints Row is okay. I mean,
Yeah.
Far Cry still kills both of those games.
It's kind of a weird game to put in there.
Well, it's just because it's weird, right? I think that's the only reason you put it in there, because it's open world.
And it's got
weird shit.
guns, and you can shoot and blow shit up.
But, I mean, Saints Row is not as fun as Far Cry.
No.
It just isn't. Sorry.
Yeah, that
Sorry.
franchise went to the wayside, I think.
Dead. Big time.
Except for that Saints Row Gat Out of Hell. Oh, that was a great little gem,
No,
wasn't it?
Okay.
You guys played that?
Okay.
Yeah.
You just went around hell and shoot enemies, and yeah, that was cool.
I don't know, but guys, a couple more stories here. Let me tell you about a guy in Alaska. Anchorage, Alaska. The police were called to an apartment near the University of Alaska last Friday after a group of roommates got into a fight involving their fist, a knife, and a replica master sword. 22-year-old Jeremy Tasruk was arrested after the fight, which he did not begin. And it escalated from someone pushing and shoving into punches and an attack with the kitchen knife. The melee also included Tasruk grabbing a replica Legend of Zelda Master Sword off of the wall and using it and using it to strike the man identified only as TP, and that's what started the fight. He fucking grabbed the sword off the wall and started hitting this dude in the head.
Oh my god.
And yeah, so he hit multiple times with the sword. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Now I got the Zelda music in my head here, picturing some guy getting whacked.
Smacking the shit out of his friend, like, fuck you, and pull my sword off the wall and hit you with it in the head.
Damn.
Man, yeah,
Crazy.
So there's that. So we'll see what happens to that dude.
Yeah,
I'm like reading down the article to see if he lost an ear or
No,
maybe an
the sword
eye
wasn't
or
sharp. They said the sword wasn't sharp. He just kind of bent it on his head.
Charged with fourth degree assault.
he must have been wearing a level 2 helmet.
Level 3 helmet, right there.
Good thing he didn't have the baseball cap on.
Oh yeah, man, that would have been bad, eh? Fuck.
Or
Fuck. Yeah. And other news, guys. Big news here. Could Google be moving into the console space?
Well, I asked that question for you guys.
Could they?
Yeah, so that was a question for you guys. I think one of the guys from Microsoft, one of the former executives, went to work for Google.
Yeah.
Really? So, and hey, they're also another company with zillions of dollars. So I haven't heard anything as far as them buying any kind of online service or console, but I just thought, I guess anything's possible, right?
Much as says here,
them hiring him kind of makes it look like they're trying to get into the game industry. So that's kind of the rumors that are swirling around right now.
So pretty much Phil Harrison, who used to be an executive both at Sony and Microsoft, PlayStation and Xbox divisions, has joined Google as the VP and GM of their hardware division. So that could possibly mean that they're really working on a new gaming platform of some type. What exactly is it going to be? We don't know. Is it going to be a stupid Android fucking phone playing Ouya type thing? Or is it going to be like a real hardcore like PC on steroids but in console form that's cheap and people are going to want to buy? That's the thing, right?
Right.
How's the platform going to be for multiplayer gaming? Or how is all that going to work? Are you going to have to sign in with your Google account and we're going to see people's email addresses as their game tags? How does all this work? I don't know.
we don't need another fragmentation.
You don't think so? No?
Well,
No.
what about something that would compete? Let's say something that would, I wouldn't say compete because Steam is already so big at this point, but do we need another thing to compete with, like something more online like Steam, not an actual console?
No, I don't.
So you want a
think
Steam
so.
box, but a
The
Google
cloud.
box. You want a Google box?
See, I don't
A
know.
Google
I
gaming
guess
box?
if Google was to say, or another company come out and say, yeah, here's the Google Chrome box or some shit. But I think that would just be more gimmicky to get people to come over to their, website or, whatever iteration of what they would call it
What
as far
would
as
be
games
good?
go. But they would need that library too of games.
Yeah, it's what would be good is if this dude, if he somehow just, I don't know, worked some magic and made really like Chromebooks that could do gaming. Like if he just like pulled something off to where I don't think, maybe it just made games run better because they like if you bought a Chromebook, let's just say if you bought a Chromebook and it was ready to go to play your like Microsoft Play Anywhere games or something, like if they just made it whatever, play Steam games or you have the whatever, if it just made it like able to play some sort of games on a Chromebook or something, because the Chromebooks, that's a pretty big market right there. Because think about how many Chromebooks are out there just because they're a cheap laptop.
Yeah, but to make it able to play like top tier games at top tier resolutions and whatnot and frames, it would have to be a fairly expensive Chromebook in order to do that. So that becomes a problem. And the other thing is you said have it go off Steam. No. Google wants this to go through Google Play Store. I guarantee it, because they want to build a library of games. Even say this thing is good enough to compete with Xbox One X and PlayStation 4, and it's $500 or so, and it's comparable. They're gonna want those third-party games, your Wolfensteins, your Battlefields, your whatever Call of Duties and whatnot. They're gonna want that to run on this console as well, but be sold through the Google Play Store, just like Microsoft has Xbox Live and PSN has, or
I think it would
PlayStation
have
has
to
PSN.
be. I would disagree, Brad. it would have to be something different from Google Play. It would have to be like Google
Why?
Play Premium. Why
No,
would
they
they
want-
be like associated with still?
It would be
like
it would
that
be it would
mobile
be
type thing.
whatever this console is called. It would be Google Play for their Google games or whatever. Who
Google
knows?
Play for the
Yeah.
Google games.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think that would be a good sell for people to go, oh, so it's like I could
People
play
would
my
not
Google
buy it.
games
There's
on
already
console,
there's already millions
I
of
think it's-
people in the Google Play Store that know how it works. Why would
All
they
I
try
want to
and-
know is connect to Google Home and tell it to download a game for me.
oh yeah, what
Google Home, download me Red Dead Redemption 2. Downloading now. And boom. Boom! Boom.
Yeah. That's
Well, you can't say, "Hey Cortana."
Alexa? No, who's Google?
Redemption 2. Okay, didn't buy that Redemption.
No, that was a really good point you brought up, though, Ryan, about because
Yeah. We'll see what happens. Apparently last year Google acquired a team, an engineering team over at HTC. They straight bought the hardware like engineering team and said, come work for
Yeah.
us. And apparently this team has worked on HTC gear for Google for a long time. They created the first Android
What if-
phone for Google.
Okay, I got it,
plenty
I
of
got
other
it.
things.
what if this is just a VR console? Or
And that's what people are
It's a
saying. People are
VR.
saying that Google could be looking into the VR or augmented reality space because they say that's a new thing coming up, and they could be the ones that just push it. Be like,
Yeah, because they have HTC and they do the Vive, so that's I don't know. Maybe it'll push against like what if it was only VR or
that'd be,
AR?
I don't know
Whatever.
if that would. AR would probably. I don't know. I don't know, man. VR and
That
AR
would be
is a
kind of
weird
weird. Like you
one.
would just say, hey, look, any device running the Google Chrome browser, boom, it's all right there. You know, to run this software, they would have it.
I don't know.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
See what they say, man. Maybe they'll come out at E3. Surprise, surprise! We're working with PlayStation. What? We're making their next augmented reality headset with Google in it or something.
Yeah.
Well, PlayStation already has the PlayStation VR.
More VR for PlayStation players.
2 VR.
2 VRs.
VR2.
VR version 2.1.
It now comes with an arm that spins you around and a suit that you wear, and
That arm looked crazy. Yes, I saw that arm. I don't know who posted it. in
Oh
that
yeah,
Facebook
that
group.
was yeah.
it was crazy, man.
The shit looks nuts. This is his arm that
I
spins you
look like
around.
one of those plane flight simulators.
VR, the multi-million-dollar hobby.
Yeah, it's
don't know.
so expensive to get into that shit. Like, why would you want to buy a PC, a headset, a suit, a chair? Like, that's gonna be crazy, man.
I don't think that chair is for sale, though. I
I
think
want that
that's like
chair.
I think that's like a maybe they have it in like a demo place or something, or an amusement park
Yeah.
or something like that. But I don't see people having that shit in their home.
That's some Ready Player One business.
Yeah. Looks crazy though, man. Like
Yeah.
you see where the car goes over the cliff and is heading straight down, and he's like hanging out of that chair. Oh man.
It literally
That would be
spins
awesome.
him all the way around. Like,
Yeah, you're going through like
all the way
loops,
around.
and the thing just fucking loops around.
Yeah.
Oh, craziness.
Wow. But I was wondering, what if you're wearing a headset and that thing breaks, and it just leaves you? It leaves you upside down. You're stuck.
That
You're stuck on your VR chair upside down. You can't get out.
Somebody else.
yeah, now I remember where I've seen that at. Where my son, we were in Reno, and I think he was like inside one of those. Except it wasn't like the VR. They actually had like the hood where it closes down. There was an actual like TV, so it could have been like a 3D thing. So similar. It turned up, went all directions.
Damn. All right.
I would get sick though. Ugh, nauseous.
I don't know,
Guys.
man. Shit like that doesn't make me sick. So I'm pretty good with that kind of stuff. I love roller coasters and
Yeah, dude.
crazy
I love
rides and
roller
shit.
coasters,
So
yeah.
I would check that out if I had a chance to. But
All you need is $20,000, Ryan.
Oh yeah, sure.
That's all.
$20,000 and a ceiling high enough to put that thing in your house because the thing will smash into your fucking ceiling. Fucking big ass.
$20,000 and you have to knock a wall out of one of your rooms so you have enough
to even bring that thing in there. Yeah. Oh man, yeah, it's gonna be crazy.
Hell, fuck it. We could put wheels on it and just take it outside. You know.
Out to the
Drive
park
it down the sidewalk. I don't know.
You keep it in your garage.
Snow right now, just fucking chilling out there. Woo! Big winter fucking jacket on.
I could play fours on that, right? Hell yeah.
Yeah, man.
Dope. Fuck yeah. Questions. You can leave questions over at the Horrible Gamers Podcast community group thing. We post a post on there, and you can click on it, and you can leave questions for us. Gunny, what questions did we get this week?
We got a question from Alexander Gorpek. He wants to know, do you know of any silent, non-clicky sound controllers for PC and Xbox?
Fuck.
I don't think so, man.
No.
Do they probably... Who is it? Rock Candy, and there's other...
Sneaky gamer right here.
Yeah, there's other controllers out there. I can't think of any. I don't buy any third party anymore. They tend to break, especially those ones that are just kind of USB controlled.
I'm pressing my Elite controller right now, but the buttons all sound clicky. But the thing is, if they didn't sound clicky, I would think they'd be broken. So I think the clicky part is really helpful to know that your shit's not broken and you're actually clicking the button.
Right.
Because I remember that was a problem on the...
I think he wants a silent controller because maybe somebody's sleeping and, you're sitting there with your headset on. There's no noise. Yeah. All you can hear is click, 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 click.
Yeah, my wife would hate that. Ooh, she hates
but
that.
There's a problem with that, guys. On the original Xbox One controller, the bumpers were really silent. Because when you clicked them, they didn't make no noise. And people hated that. And they actually remodeled them to make the clicking noise because people were like, I'm pressing RB and it doesn't feel like I'm pressing RB because it doesn't click. So they had to redesign that.
Spring in it.
So now they made that clickier. But yeah, I don't know. Don't know, Alexander, man. Like, I guess don't click as many buttons when you're gaming at night.
Just don't switch to PC because your keyboard gets real loud.
Well, and then a PC, you could actually buy a keyboard that doesn't have any
noise.
It's non-spring operated.
You can put like little O-rings under your keys that'll like soften it. But then I'm like, oh, that takes all the fun out of it. Like you get
the whole point of having clicky keys is so that you feel the key click. You know what I mean? You pushed that key because you feel that click, and you hear
therapeutic. It's therapeutic.
Yeah, that's how I feel when I press the triggers and buttons on my Xbox.
Yeah, just throw a blanket over there, Alex.
Yeah, like put a blanket over your hands when you're gaming.
Yeah. You won't be able to see it, but then maybe.
But you have you know where the buttons are.
Won't be able to hear it either.
Yeah.
Or
playing at 2 a.m.
Or give earplugs to everybody else in the
house. Or game outside. Just drag your TV outside, your Xbox,
put it on the porch.
Drag it by the power cord.
No. Go out on the porch and stare in the window at the TV.
There you go.
And play like that for the night.
Boom.
Yeah.
Problem solved. We solve problems here at HGP.
There you go. You're outside, TV's inside.
You make noise. You can even scream. You can even rage outside. If someone kills you, you'd be all pissed, yelling.
No, I think then you start disturbing the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Well, can you imagine how weird that would be to be driving down the road? You look over and there's a guy standing in front of his window.
Oh, on his porch.
Just standing there super still.
Just staring in.
Yeah, just staring in super still, standing there looking into the window at a TV.
Think of how many police reports there'd be. You see it in the news.
I mean, just be out there saying, I'm going to kill you, right? Just talking about
serial killer standing outside.
And the neighbors over there going, well, he has a family, right? They're going to definitely be coming out with those rubber bullets and, they're going to zap them.
Maybe you don't want to stand outside
your
window.
Standing outside. across the street.
He's looking
And
into the window.
He's saying,
Live there? I don't know.
I'm going to rape your mother.
Yeah,
And
so maybe don't go on your porch and stare in your
No.
window.
It's not a good idea. Now we're thinking about this. We're thinking it through.
Maybe this
Depends where you
solution
live.
isn't such a good idea after all.
All right. Next question is from Sean Wolf. He would like to know from us guys, for PlayStation or Xbox being able to choose the boot up animation on the console from the OG to current. Oh, what would you guys like for that? What would we like to see?
I don't even...
PlayStation or Xbox? I know that I like the... You know when the original Xbox came out and it had that...
That Xbox logo would and then it was just
Yeah,
Xbox.
and it had like the light bulbs.
Yeah,
and
it was.
stuff. And
It
that
was
pretty
like
cool.
the big black Xbox logo would come up with the big X and shit, and that's what it would, when you turned it on, right? That was a boot up sequence.
Yeah. And that was cool how they had that green, like they had that from an actual green marker.
Yeah.
That's where they came out with that color.
And everybody knows the original PlayStation, like that boot up, dude. Oh man, everybody
fuck
knows
yeah.
that. Everybody knows that. That'd be cool to be able to.
Fuck yeah.
He's saying like for the Xbox One and for the PS4, be able to choose which one you want to see when you turn on your system. That'd be a pretty neat thing to just add in there, Because I know currently on the Xbox One X, when you boot it up, if you don't have it on the standby mode or the quick boot up mode, and actually is doing like the hard reset or whatever mode.
Yeah.
It shows like the Scorpio chip really briefly on the screen. Like it shows the Scorpio chip and a bunch of lines and lightning and shit or something going around the electricity. And then it like boots up the Xbox logo. But it'd be cool to be able to choose a 360 boot up sequence or something like that. Or even the original Xbox one would be neat.
But why would you do that?
Why not? It's just an Easter egg, man. Like just put it in there.
Nostalgia.
Right.
Yeah.
I'd rather see, I'm with Jesus, I'd rather see the 360 than the Xbox thing.
Someone said something. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
That's the old Xbox One.
There you go.
Or even like on the PlayStation.
And now I've got a boner.
Eh?
I mean, why couldn't they just put like little Master Chiefs running on the screen? It has to be like the Scorpio chip.
That, I don't know.
Yeah, which is cool, I guess, if you want to look at a chip.
I think it'd be cool to have the Sony PS2.
Well, that's the
going
thing
on
that's powering your One X, Gunny.
on the thing on the PS2. I don't know if you guys knew this, but when you boot up your PS2, remember like those little squares you saw on the screen?
Mm.
Those were actually how many games you had on your system, how many games you had played on
Get
that
out of
system.
town.
Yeah. Those
No
little squares,
way.
yes. The more you had, the more
yes, I remember
games you
that.
had played. And you know how like their towers, like they go up and down? The higher the tower was how far or how long you have played a game.
What?
Yes, so the more you played a game, the higher that tower would be.
What?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
The little towers on the PS2, when you turn it on in such Sony Computer Entertainment or whatever, the little squares on the screen on the PS2, those were
Yeah,
the
you
games
know
you
what,
had.
I never had a PS2, so...
Yeah, right. I
Yeah.
remember seeing it.
Those
but-
were all the games you owned, dude. That's pretty wild. Like people didn't really know that, but that's what it is.
Interesting.
Yeah, it represents how many
Sony
games you
was
played.
mining data from you.
Yeah, but actually, it won't like be what it would read off of would be your PS2 memory card. So, like, if you pulled out the memory cards from your system and turned it on, it would just show a blank black screen, like a blue background. But when you put in a memory card or two memory cards, it would look at all the saves on those cards. And be like, okay, he has 50 games on these cards or whatever. Let's show 50 squares on the screen. Yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah. Magic.
Cool.
But I think
PS2, I never had a PS2.
I think it'd be a cool idea to have it on there, Sean. I do.
I don't know. I think it's silly.
Come on, bring that stuff back. I usually leave my Xbox on standby,
So do I.
so I don't get that.
Yeah, so do I.
That's what I mean. It's like nobody really ever sees it unless you get an update and have to reboot your
Or
console
your console
something.
crashes and
Yeah.
bro.
The power goes out.
I can't hear you. Can you should try resetting your Xbox. You should try resetting it. Oh, how many times I've heard that on Xbox,
Yeah.
dude? Dude, my game's not loading. Maybe you should try have you tried a hard reset yet? Oh, hold on. I'll be back, guys. I'll be back.
I'll be back. Yeah.
Oh, fuck. That's so annoying.
5 minutes later.
Yeah, and then you boot back in.
10 minutes later.
Oh, man.
Who we waiting on? We're waiting for Joe. He had to reset. Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, I got to reset too. So yeah, that was an ordeal, man. But I got to say, with the X, I've only had to reset it twice. And that was like the first 2 weeks of launch. That could have just been with updates. Or could have been like some Assassin's Creed early stuff.
Yeah, I don't have to really... Yeah, that's the thing about
crashing.
this console. I don't have to reset it as much. It's like they've kind of fixed it. Took them 5 years.
Right. It
And
seems
a
to work
whole
through
new
whatever
console
issue
to
it
fix
has. Unlike the day one Xbox One edition.
Well, what are you resetting for?
Game crashing, game parties not working.
Not loading. Yeah. Not going to the store. It doesn't go to like
Something happens
trying
on the
to go into
dashboard.
the
I had that
store,
happen to
stuff
me
like that.
earlier today. I had to reset. I couldn't get into the store, but I've been
Store's
getting a
always
lot
been a
of.
pain in the ass. Yeah.
I've been getting a lot of updates lately because of like I'm in the alpha, so it's I'm constantly getting updates, and the last few days, Kathy actually has been pretty pissed off a few times. She's going to watch Netflix, and the fucking console has to update before she can watch Netflix. And it like takes like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
It happened to her like 2 or 3 days this week. It was pretty crazy.
Any more questions, Gunny?
Yeah, one more question from our good friend Brian Tilt Jr. He wants to know, what do you put on your burgers?
Ketchup,
Hamburger,
mustard, and mayo.
Your turkey burger, your veggie burger.
Ketchup, mustard, mayo.
Yeah, I like all that. I like ketchup. I like mustard. I like mayo. Of course, have that on there.
I say throw a few pickle chips on there.
Yep,
I don't do
pickles.
the mayo as much
It
anymore.
depends. Okay, what kind of burger are we talking about here? Like, there's different burgers. Like,
Just a burger.
there's most of the times I just go for ketchup, mustard, mayo, lettuce, tomato, onion, pickles, standard shit, and cheese.
Hold the
of
tomato
course.
for me.
I always like cheese, dude. I can't have a burger
always
without
cheese.
cheese.
Yeah,
I
it's
can't.
always got to be a cheeseburger for me.
I don't understand people that like order
Cheese and bacon.
burgers
Cheese and
without
bacon for me.
cheese.
Which
Bacon is
actually, I'm
good,
about
too.
to text the wife right now. Let me see, because she's over at Target, so I need her to stop by Five Guys. Get me a... What should I have on that?
Everything.
This
The
week's
works.
episode is
Five
brought to you by Five Guys.
The works. Gunny, get the works.
Mushrooms.
Okay.
Mushroom
right.
burgers are good, man, but mushroom burgers are only good with Swiss cheese.
Yeah, Swiss
Okay.
cheese and mushrooms. But yeah,
Yeah.
I like getting. I definitely like pickles. I don't like mustard, so I'd have to. I don't. Not even
Bam,
ketchup.
done.
I would rather. I would rather have
Yeah.
no. Like,
No sauce.
yeah, no sauce.
At all? Not even mayo?
No, I don't like mayo.
That seems so dry. It seems like a dry ass, like you're gonna bite into it.
No, okay. So if,
No flavor in there. What the fuck is going on here? I'm eating a piece of meat.
I don't know. I guess it's just where I go because I usually get all my burgers lettuce wrapped. I like lettuce wrapped burgers.
See, I don't like lettuce on my burger.
What the
I'll
fuck is
usually
wrong with you,
go
Evan? What
lettuce
kind of
wrapped.
burger is this?
It's a
You
good
know,
one.
lettuce.
It's kind of
No
hippie.
lettuce,
What the fuck
no
are you?
tomatoes, no
Tomato.
pickles, no onions for me. Just ketchup, mustard, mayo.
I love
Food.
grilled onion,
Cheese and
dude.
bacon.
What about, I do like, once in a while, I'll have, like, if I'm at, like, an actual restaurant, I'll be like, yeah, give me a blue cheeseburger, you know, like, that'll be the special. Or they'll have a mushroom burger, you know? So yeah, I like mushrooms
Or you go to a place
and
called
grilled
The
onions.
and you get like a peanut butter and bacon burger.
Ew.
Oh, okay.
That's
Doesn't
the-
sound
No,
good. That
dude,
doesn't sound good.
you don't even know. You
That's
don't
some
even know.
That's
It's
some
the
high
most
tech shit.
amazing burger.
That's some
So-
IM shit right there.
That's some nice shit
Yeah.
right there. Can I
That's some
get some?
horribly awkward crap.
Can I pull out my toothpaste and put some toothpaste on my burger and try
Or
this?
a mac and cheese burger. Oh shit.
Okay.
And they actually like put the cheese inside the burger, and then they put fucking
That's
mac and
violation.
cheese.
Wait,
on
wait.
top of the
So
burger.
they put cheese into the patty
Yes.
and they put more mac and cheese on top of it.
Yes.
And then what else does it have on there? Because if I have a burger like that, I don't want vegetables on it.
No, I don't have anything on it but the mac and cheese.
Okay, maybe some
I mean, I
bacon
guess
in
you
there
could
would
add
be
some
good.
ketchup. Some people like ketchup in their mac and cheese,
Ew,
but
no,
Ew.
I don't know.
I'm like cheese in my mac and cheese. Little salt, little pepper.
A little bacon maybe in there. Bacon
would be good. Yeah.
Hot
little bit.
sauce.
Okay. Well, if you go to McDonald's right now, you're driving to the McDonald's.
everybody
Hi,
should
welcome
be
to McDonald's. I'll take your order. What do you want? What do you want? What
I'm
do you
getting
order?
one of two things. I'm either getting a double Big Mac meal, or I'm getting a double quarter pounder meal.
What size?
Same here.
What size?
I'm taking your
Double.
order. I'm taking your order right now.
What do you mean, what size?
What size? You get what size of combo, man? In Canada, they don't have combo sizes.
They don't have combo size?
Oh,
Every place here has a combo size.
Wait. Hold the fucking phone here. Are you telling me in Canada when I go to a McDonald's,
They don't ask
they don't
you?
ask me if I want to large my shit?
Oh, upsize
Like
your
supersize it.
No, not
Yeah.
upsize it. Just do you want
still-
large?
It's like, what size combo do you want? I don't know. That just
They
sounds
always ask you.
Okay,
Yeah.
so check
Every
this
restaurant
out.
I go to.
You know, nothing grinds my gears more than when if I do get a combo and I say, oh, just regular, and then I see on my bill it's like plus 50 cents regular, and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
Wait. What? How the fuck do they charge you plus 50 cents? What are they doing here?
Like because if you want a combo, it's automatically at small, right? But if you say regular,
I thought
not your
regular.
medium.
I thought regular is small.
Regular
Yeah,
is small, isn't
here-
it?
Here is
No,
here
I don't
you
know.
get-
What the fuck? They have?
No,
So you're
the
telling me they have small, regular, medium, and large?
Yes.
I don't know. Maybe I just say I don't know.
You probably say
Because there's
medium.
the small.
I just say
that's
small.
like one that comes with the kids' meal, right? It's in the little paper thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's the medium, which is what most combos start with
Yeah.
up here.
Okay,
anyways.
that's the thing. Like, if a combo, like, I don't think you should have to upgrade to a medium. That just seems weird.
Yeah. No. The
Sometimes I
combo
do if I'm really hungry.
medium fries, medium drink.
That's most of the standard. Like McDonald's, I know when I go to there, and the prices they show are for a medium combo. Like,
Yeah.
you can upgrade it to a large, and it'll be a little bit more, but that's the only upgrade you can get. Or you can downsize it a little bit, but I think it might even be a little bit cheaper if you downsize it. I don't know.
One other thing that I would order from McDonald's would be McDoubles.
Those are
Yeah,
good.
Like if I just want a quick snack or something, right? A couple of McDoubles.
Fuck yeah.
Boom.
I would not order anything from McDonald's because I am revolting. I am
Whoa.
ever
Whoa.
since
What's going on here?
they took away the chicken selects. What
What the fuck's a chicken select?
it's
Isn't that
like
the
regular?
just chicken breast? Like there's no breading, no nothing.
No,
else?
it was chickens. It was like the chicken strips that they had. They had chicken selects, and they were real good. And then
Oh.
they took them off the menu for like 5 years or something.
Probably
And then
because no one orders them. They just ordered chicken nuggets.
maybe,
Yeah.
but I don't know. And then they brought back this stuff recently. It was like,
Chicken strips.
yeah, but they're not the same. So
Aw.
I gave McDonald's. I told my girl, I was like, one chance, and I ordered them, and they were garbage. And so
Ooh.
that's it.
Order something else. You don't have to have that.
Nope, I will not give McDonald's the satisfaction of my
So
$5.
where do you go
Yeah.
instead?
Where
then?
do you go instead?
For what?
Go-
I mean, it depends on the food.
For food. For
If
food.
you
like,
if
randomly.
those times where
You're
you
in
would go to
SoCal.
McDonald's, where do you go instead?
I don't know. I
You got a
have the
Burger
luxury
King?
of- no, I have the luxury of In-N-Out, so I go to In-N-Out.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. You go sit in line for 45 minutes, right?
Nah, I usually walk in. I don't like
That's
sitting
me
in the
too.
drive-thru for that long.
I
don't
know. You're like hanging out on like...
it just seems kind of silly sitting in the drive-thru for that long. I'm like, well, I might as well go stand in line instead of sit in line in my car. I don't know.
No, I know what you mean. Even in the area I live in, like everything's always out on the main road. That's how far that drive-through is. So I'd rather just walk in there.
I feel like In-N-Out in California is like Tim Hortons is up here.
Yeah. In the south.
Yeah, it's all the rave. A lot of times I won't go there because it's too busy. I'm like, forget that.
It is. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I'm that person who goes, well, I guess I'll miss out on that.
It was a big deal. It was
Somewhere else.
it was a huge deal when they finally opened one in Oregon. Because they finally opened one here in Oregon. But it's like 3.5 hours away from me. And I've had friends that have driven 3.5 fucking hours for In-N-Out. They're fucking crazy. I was like, you're crazy. And there's no fucking way in hell I would drive 3.5 hours for fucking out when I got five guys up the road.
I'm like, I look at that and go, is it really that good? Because it doesn't look that good.
No.
You know, it looks like a McDonald's fucking burger, just done differently. You know what I mean?
It just tastes a little bit differently. Yeah, McDonald's has a certain taste.
I don't know
because
I've never had it. Right?
McDonald's has that taste to it. Like it's just like Burger King has a taste to their patties. McDonald's has a taste to their patties. It's like every place has their own taste to their patties. Like they put something in those motherfuckers that makes them taste a certain way. But yeah, fuck the Big Mac. That's all I have to say.
Anyways, get us out of here, Jesus.
With that being said, guys, thank you for listening to the show. You can always follow us on Twitter _HorribleGamers. Join our Facebook group. Please leave us a review on iTunes. 5 stars would be appreciated. And yeah, find me on Xbox Live Gamertag Jesus Walks Out. I'll be playing some Overwatch this week.
Doubt it.
You know what? I'm gonna get on tonight right after the show, and I'm gonna. Okay, maybe I'll go get some food. Come back. I'm gonna play some Overwatch.
Yeah, go get some food and pick up an Xbox Live card.
Oh, I forget about that. Fuck.
You're gonna come home and play Flying Angel or whatever the hell is called.
I forgot about that card.
No,
okay, maybe I'll buy the card, buy the game, play Overwatch while the game is downloading, and then play the new game. But I will play Overwatch tonight. And find me on there, guys. I'll be on there.
Go see if he actually plays Overwatch. Oh, I guess you won't be able to because this won't be up till.
Yeah, they can't.
Well, they won't know. We're not live or anything.
I'll fucking record a clip or something in Overwatch so people can see that I played.
Record a clip and put it on the Facebook group.
I'll play Overwatch. Guys, where can we find you, Gunny?
Find me on Xbox Live and on Steam under Gunny Chief. Hey, tomorrow's the Super Bowl, guys, so I probably won't be gaming until tomorrow evening. I usually
You're gonna watch that? You're gonna watch that?
So yeah, it'll be more of a family thing. I know I don't watch TV, nor do I watch live television. So I love the halftime show.
Get ready to see a lot of commercials.
That's see, that's the only thing.
That's all the Super Bowl is about.
They're going to be funny,
man.
aren't they?
All the Super Bowl is about is commercials, and that's it. Like that's the coolest part about it, I think.
So, but yeah, I'll be watching some of that sports ball game, and definitely anticipating that halftime show. But it'll be beer and sliders.
Who's playing on the halftime?
Justin Timberlake, I think.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
So I forgot who's playing or who's performing with him, but man, I wish it was Bruno Mars. I sure like Bruno Mars. He's a great entertainer.
He's a Bruno Mars fan.
I love Bruno Mars. He's great. Can he come over there too?
Oh man,
could see Gunny listening to Bruno Mars driving on the road.
Dude, you got to see me dance to Bruno Mars.
Oh man.
Anyway, where can we find you, Ryan?
You can find me on Xbox Live, Steam, PSN, Mixer, Twitch under Gib8777. Evan, what about you?
E.T.
A1 Thick Sauce 69 on Xbox Live.
Yes.
Reppin' Evan on Steam. And Shirt Pockets on PlayStation.
Shirt Pockets. I love that
shit. That is good.
I forgot about
Shirt Pockets.
It makes it seem so nerdy on the PS4. You should put that, yeah.
Yo, bro, what's your PSN name? Shirt Pockets. Oh, yeah, what's your Xbox name? A1 Thick Sauce 69.
You should see if you can get Shirt Pockets on Xbox Live.
Do it for somebody else does it.
Yeah, we'll see.
He likes A1 Thick Sauce 69. He does.
Yeah. It's got a special place in my heart.
I bet.
Oh, yeah.
Jesus, what does Gidget say?
Peace out, Brussels sprouts, and we'll catch you on the next week's edition of the Horrible Gamers Podcast. Bye. Bye-bye. Bye.
Goodbye.
Later.
Clean your controller and go to bed.
Oh, snap! Woo! Got ourselves alien armor now. What?
Alien Armor, what game?
Assassin's Creed. Oh, look who decided to join us today.
Oh, hello.
Look at you now. Hi, Evan.
Hello. Hello, Jesus.
How's it going, buddy?
It's going.
Are you playing more PubG?
Fuck that game.
What? Talk shit about my game. Jesus' game.
Thanks for the invite last night, Gunny. Oh, wait a minute.
I was working.
Alright, fine.
Working like a dog.
No, it was Gib who didn't invite us. I mean, it was Gib.
Oh, that's
No. We invited you, Jesus.
Oh yeah, and then I get
We
on.
invited you,
fuck
and then
yourself.
you decided you were going to take
people.
forever. And all of a sudden, our party fucking filled up, and we were like, all right, well, we'll play without them. We ain't fucking waiting anymore.
6 people in your fucking
Sick of
party,
waiting.
you motherfuckers.
Sick of waiting on your ass.
Wake up, Evan. Wake up.
Oh, I'm awake.
Wake up.
I'm awake.
Don't be like Gunny. Don't be like Gunny. Wake up. Wake up.
Wake the fuck up. I gotta take my sweater off. It's too fucking hot in here. Too hot. Oh, fuck yeah.
Would you guys like? So what would you guys like? So what? What? Fallout. I played some Fallout.
No, you didn't.
I did. Fuck you, I did. I played it on Xbox.
Bought it. I know that. I know he bought it. It started installing on
Because I
my
lost-
fucking hard drive. I'm like, what the fuck?
Lost my
Fuck is this
stickage disc.
47 gigs missing? I don't know what the fuck's going on.
47 gigs. Yikes.
At least it ain't like fucking,
Quantum Break.
yeah, 180 gigs fucking space taken up.
That's a whole hard drive.
So they just changed it to Canada, fuck yeah, and they used the same lyrics. That sucks. Oh.
Maple syrup.
Oh.
Holy hell, there's a lot of news.
You're a
No.
lot of it.
Dude, you ought to see it like it normally. It's normally a lot. We condense it down, actually.
That's
From what?
That's not even.
Yeah.
I've seen it way longer than that.
I don't watch TV, so.
Yeah, right, Gunny. Yeah, right. I don't believe you. I think you watch TV all the time, constantly. You're doing nothing but watching TV all the time. You're just lying to us. Lying through your teeth.
Quiet, Evan. No one asked for your opinion.
Quiet you.
Block, 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 block.
I'm just kidding, Evan.
I think talking shit is just so much fun.
That gets
Gotta-
old, though.
No, Gunny.
For old people.
No. That gets old, Evan. Just can't do that all the time. Gotta be kind of respectful to your elders.
What's the weather for you, Gunny? Is it hot up there too?
Yeah, it is.
What
about you?
Yeah.
It's pretty warm. Yeah. What about you, Ryan?
Let's see. It's minus 3 degrees Celsius. It's actually not too bad up here.
Yeah, it's been really warm here all week.
We're just below 0. Hang on, I will tell you.
It's been a sandals and shorts week all week.
Yeah, I bet it has.
Straight banana hammock week.
Yeah. Banana hammock, banana hammock, dun, dun, banana hammock. Right now, we are at 27 degrees Fahrenheit.
Cool.
Oh boy.
Not enough for a nut sack to freeze.
No, it's below freezing. 0 is freezing, 0 degrees Celsius.
Bo just joined? Wow.
Whoa.
Took him long
Yeah.
enough.
Took him 10 years, right?
I think he added me as a friend on Facebook, or I added him. Yeah.
Yeah, he added me as a friend as well.
You didn't add me as a friend.
What?
Sorry, eh?
Oh, sorry, he doesn't like the Canadians, I guess.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Horrible Gamers Podcast, show number 189, being recorded on February the 3rd, 2018. I'm one of my hosts, Jesus Gonzalez, also known as Jesus Walks Out. Today, I'm joined by the HGP crew, plus one
Wow,
more.
wait. What are you doing, man?
What?
You're just like,
The fuck? You sound like a stupid chimpanzee.
Why are you
Mute
talking so
yourselves.
fast, man?
Mute yourselves, assholes. All right?
Because he had a rock star. So Gunny's got a Red Bull, Ryan's got a Monster, and Jesus has a rock star.
Yeah.
The best, America.
You got Evan.
If
What
we
do you
didn't have
got?
those seven, it'd be like,
Water. I got water.
welcome.
Hi, welcome to Horrible Gamers Podcast. 29.
Hello.
Evan is here.
Evan.
Hey, Evan, what's going on, man?
Hi. I just got up from a nap.
Evan, welcome. Welcome to the show.
Thanks, guys.
Good to talking video games. Gonna talk all video games.
Are you guys ready, man? It's
Ready.
another episode of the Gamers Podcast. Let's do this.
Welcome, Slot.
What the fuck, guys?